welcome to Tempting Fate. Tonight, as you might have immediately guessed, we are doing Ghostbusters, and I'm actually really excited about this one. So let's just get started and see if I can get through the stuff real fast tonight. With us tonight is our regulars. We have Max Isaacson.
Hello.
And Sam DeLev.
That's me.
And Gina DeVivo.
Hello.
And we have our special guest, Megan Caves tonight.
Hi.
Amanda Powers was supposed to be here tonight. She was unable to make it. Don't worry, she's okay. Everything's fine. It was just kind of a thing.
She's a ghost now.
It's cool. We are going to bring her back on a future episode. I am sorry about that. But we have, these awesome people. First, as usual, I throw thanks to Dom's Up behind the camera and Saving Throw for making this all possible. And John Harper, who created Lasers and Feelings, the game that we play here. Everything we play is just a skin on Lasers and Feelings. Thank you for the sub, Strangely Rated. Sorry, I'm choking. Hang on a sec.
Don't do that.
By the end of the night, we'll be ghosts.
Okay.
That's the goal.
I think that should be better. Thanks to those people. And so thanks to Saving Throw. That is the platform we are on, and Saving Throw gets by entirely on your donations. You might know some of our folks from Geek and Sundry and some other places, which are different kinds of operations. Here, we just get by on what you give us. You have been incredibly generous with us this season and last season. I mean, honestly, stunning, and we are super grateful. So tonight, as usual, we have Carrier Penguins back. Last week we didn't have the Carrier Penguins. They're here tonight. By the way, I should plug on 5/27. We are playing the All Carrier Penguin game.
Whoa!
I'm super looking forward to that one. Carrier Penguins, if you want to send a message to the cast or have us just read something or whatever, you send one, and the Carrier Penguins are a messenger service that defies the laws of narrative probability. Whoa, thank you, Enthusi Amy, for the
wow! Hugs for the hugging Klein.
Welcome, Enthusi Army. They're Carrier Penguins. And as usual, we have some incentive tiers, You good?
Yeah.
Evil, but not extraordinarily.
No,
All
sure.
in here.
Still choking a little, getting there. So we have some tiers, and if you get us to $25 tonight, our first tier, what I'm calling I Ain't Afraid of No Roll, that's 3 rerolls for the table, those can be drawn upon by anybody, and they just get you a chance to reroll one of the die you threw on any given throw. And if we get to $50, we will have a premonition. A randomly selected player gets to have a vision of the future that will somehow come true in the narrative in some sense or another. And if we get to $75, we have a cameo on command from one of the original Ghostbusters, your favorite of the 4, Venkman, Stan, Spengler, or Zedmore. You can vote in the chat, and somehow they will show up in the narrative. Thank you for the sub there, Explorer.
Yay!
And if you get us to $100, amazingly somehow, we will do a character swap, which we haven't done in a while. 2 of our players will trade characters for 30 minutes, that's always great. And
Sam and.
if we get to $125, if we get beyond the character swap, we will do Possessed, which is where a randomly selected character will secretly be possessed by a ghost for 30 minutes and be able to turn evil in any way they want. And the others will just have to deal with that. You can be secretly evil and try and sabotage it. You could just come out swinging. It's just entirely up to you. And it lasts for 30 minutes.
Bring them froyo instead of ice cream with lunch.
Oh.
Deep evil.
We do it by drawing, so even I don't know who the evil person is. If we get to $150, we have a tier which I'm calling a gift from a stranger. Where DJ Phoenix. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That gets those rerolls out there. So now you don't have to be afraid to no roll. Yes.
I am afraid of no man.
So if we get to $150, it's a gift from a stranger, and the chat will be called upon to select one of these Ghostbusters, who will receive a unique anti-ghost-busting weapon from a mysterious friend.
Whoa! What?
Yeah, and if we get to $200, I should tell you something about your crew. You don't have an Ecto 1, and if we get to $200, what you are going to get is not an Ecto 1. You are going to get an Ecto 1000. Aki, thank you for the sub. Our friend Aki. Yeah, you get an Ecto 1000. It is, your classic Ghostbusters style hearse with all the ghostbusting toys on it. Only this one can fly. So, yeah.
Whoa!
If you get to $200,
Like a hover car or like a helicopter?
It's not a car.
we'll decide when we get there.
Avoid traffic.
You guys.
Maybe something different. I don't know. There are other options there. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Strangely Rare.
Thank you!
Wow, that unlocks the premonition. What we'll do is when we get into the game a little bit, we will very quickly roll the giant D4 over there that is behind Gina.
Yes.
And behind Megan. Thank you. Oh my God, Tinky!
Oh!
Wow, Tinky, you've been incredibly. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm gonna send you one of my
Pooping in
teeth.
again.
I'll take it out.
No.
I'll send you one of Sam's teeth.
You can certainly try.
Tinky, we are grateful to everybody who donates. Tinky, you've been particularly generous with us. We are super grateful. That unlocks a ton of stuff, actually. So that gets us. We've got the rerolls. We've got the premonitions. That gets cameo on command. So chat, you can start picking a Ghostbuster there. There'll be a character swap. We'll get like an hour into the game or so that people can establish their characters before that happens. We'll get possessed in there. I don't know. We'll throw it in there somewhere around in the middle of the game. Whoa, Denova!
I think they genuinely like seeing us lose it.
Denova.
What are all the things? We have so many things.
That's
Happened today. You guys are great.
And that I think that's gift from a
They're
stranger.
always great.
Also,
But they're really being great in a very concentrated period
that's
of time.
almost everything. I think. Maybe not Ecto. Don will let me know how much that is. That's like, you guys, you are incredible. I will start thinking of
It's the suits.
additional rewards. If we get beyond $200,
Pop that collar.
if we get beyond $200, we'll do a secret objective. I will throw a secret objective late in the game. Don't worry, it will be something you will spot immediately.
Oh dear.
We call it that?
Yeah.
We're collar popping.
That Dom. You
Okay, so we're really
and Dom can take it from
okay.
there. Go. Thank you. You guys, you're amazing. Wow. Okay. That's basically everything, and let's just go. So there are some leftover rerolls from last week. There is a one left in the table, so now you guys have 4 in common to draw on.
I have mine.
Sam has 4 also.
Wow.
Wait, what?
What? Oh, you have 8. Sam has 8. Sorry. Sorry.
Double that. Wow.
Yeah. Sam has 8.
Oh.
They have accumulated. Studies show people like Sam.
Who knew?
Yeah, who knew? I, by the way,
Mystery.
have 4.
I know.
Oh my.
Yeah, my rerolls.
Dang it.
What happened last week?
What?
I
For
know.
a
It's
week.
the worst.
My rerolls function as forced rerolls. Oh my God, Smokebeard, thank you. Yeah. Oh my God, thank you, Smokebeard. You have also been here every week. Thank you, everybody. All of you have. This is wow.
This is good.
Yeah, you
This
guys
is
are
a
so
great
cool.
start to the day.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
So-
Man, those ghosts don't stand a chance.
Mm-mm.
That's the rerolls.
Coming
my rerolls,
for ya.
Right, my rerolls are forced rerolls, so when they do good at something, I can make them reroll to try and go bad. I can. It also works the same way for me. I can only make them reroll 1 die at a time, and I saved them all up last week from Lost, so I can use them tonight. On purpose. Yes, on purpose. And let's get to Ghostbusters. So. Ghostbusters, we're playing by Lasers and Feelings rules, and in Lasers and Feelings there are 2 poles that represent basically cold science or sort of passionate action. And tonight those poles are represented by a number 2 through 5. So tonight, a high number, what we are calling a Spengler type character, who is good at cold rationality and science. That is person is a 5 or a 4 is Spenglerish. Or you have a low number, which makes you a Venkman type character. You are good at persuasion and passionate action and talking and diplomacy and those kind of things. You are on a scale of Spengler to Venkman. The way the rules work is as so. Whenever something is in doubt, I will tell you what kind of task it is. Either you're using your Spengler skills or you're using your Venkman skills. And if you're using your Spengler side, if it's a Spengler task, you want to roll under your number. If it's a Venkman task, you want to roll over your number. Thank you. I think that is a carrier penguin.
This sounds like carrier penguin.
It's a particularly majestic. What?
Oh, whoa! Oh, Tiffany, thank you. Styling, thank you. Oh, God.
Thank you.
Wow. God. Thank you, people.
Thank you.
So.
We're happy to be busting ghosts with you.
Get through this.
No, they refuse. They refuse. We don't get through.
So the way this works is if
yeah.
none of your when you roll 1 die if just automatically. You roll 2 die if you're prepared to do it, 3 if you're an expert, and 4 if you're getting help. The rules of help just work the same. If somebody wants to help you, they just try and they just shout out they want to help in advance. If they succeed at their task, you get an extra die. If one of your die succeed, it goes, or if none of your die succeed, it goes wrong, and things get worse. If if one of your die succeed, you barely manage at some kind of cost. If 2 succeed, you just do a good job, and if 3 succeed, you get a critical success. I am still choking. I am sorry.
That'll help.
Oh, wow, Gregory, thank you.
Oh my gosh. But like how?
Dom, make up new tears so we can sing the
They're the
Ghostbusters
best.
theme or something.
That's how.
225, you had a secret objective?
Yeah, I can throw in a secret objective 225, and then I don't know, maybe then we can.
Secret objective.
Why did we get that already?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait, yeah. So I will give out the secret objective as soon as we get started here. Let me just right on there.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Yeah,
we
you
get
guys
to do
are
this cool
incredible.
stuff because
Wow,
of these
that's-
donations, and we're really grateful. We get to do all these shenanigans. So thank you.
And if you
Yes.
roll your number
Lights on.
exactly, you have ESP. You can ask me a question. I will answer it honestly. You have all played before. You know what this means. You know something about the situation. You have to use it when you get it. And that's it. Those are the rules. Oh my God, you guys are incredible. I can't believe before we got through the rules, all the tears are gone.
Wait, the samurai.
I also can't believe that I can't stop. So, let me write down the secret objective.
He's never ghost dog.
I won't
He's
let-
played by Forrest
Weird.
Whitaker. It's true. How is the ghost dog?
Why?
What is a ghost dog? I don't understand.
What is being whispered over there?
I'm brainstorming important ESP questions for when I roll my number.
Where's the dog?
Ghost dog?
Ghost dog.
Slimer's kind of a ghost dog, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Messy ghost
Just
dog.
saying.
Yeah. Full of
Thank you for the
hot dogs.
reset. That
Oh,
is
thank you so
awesome.
much. Oh yeah, as always, subs get to give rerolls, and you've already got a bunch here. I'm about to give those out in a second.
Yes.
There's so much going on because you guys are awesome.
You gave them all to Sam, didn't you?
I think this,
We know you.
this secret objective
Yeah.
should go
It's
to
okay.
Sam DeLay.
Oh, okay. Well, I get rerolls.
Okay.
That's too bad.
That's a very ominous moment that just
That was like a
happened.
real Yzma cackle.
Yeah, it was.
It's not that bad. So yeah, okay, immediately. So we have some.
And then
Okay, Strangely Raider sends their reroll to Gina,
Thank you. Hoo hoo hoo.
and
Strangely Raider.
Explorer sends
Thank
their reroll
you.
to Gina.
Thank you.
Study
Aki
show. People love
sends-
Gina.
Aki sends a reroll to Max.
Oh,
Yes.
thanks, Aki.
So that's what we
Good job,
got so
Aki.
far, I think, and then I think maybe more have come in, but or something. But we will give those out as they come in. Thank you guys. So yeah, Ghostbusters. Let's real fast meet our characters. Where do we want to start? How about why don't we start with Megan? Tell us a little about who you are.
Okay. Well, my name is Winifred Wolcott. And so let's see, on here you have choose a style for your characters. So I went with weird, and then you choose a role, and I went with scientist. And she's got a 3, so she's right in the center here. She can go both ways.
Venkmanish, kind of.
And her goal is to see weird things. That's why she's here. She wants to see all the weird things she can possibly see in a lifetime.
What was your last name again? For the
Wolcott.
documents.
Winifred
Wolcott.
Wolcott.
All right.
You.
And Gina.
Hello, I am Dr. Allison Tully.
I studied at the Lund University in Sweden for most of my life. They have an excellent paranormal psychology program. And also, I have a lot of doctorates in paranormal sciences and research and investigation. I have a particular a fascination with hypnosis. I am a nerdy scientist, slightly different. I'm a number 5. Hello.
Are you Spangler?
What's that?
All the way on the Spangler side. Fine.
Yes, Spangler. That's why I have the name tag. We also couldn't afford new jumpsuits. What else? My character goal. Well, see, I am the child of a former Ghostbuster, so I have to slightly prove myself in the science department.
Kind of. You are the child of Louis Tully.
Louis Tully and
Janine Mullis.
yes,
Yes. And I will tell you how they fit.
I got my
things.
fashion sense from my mother.
Yeah, it's all adding up.
Yes. Sam, tell us about your character.
Hello, Glenn McNeil is the name and sales is the game. I'm a fast-talking salesman. I am a number 2 because I want to focus on you. I am here to make a paycheck and, well, it says steady on here, but I'm after that commission. Fast talking doesn't take much time. Get ahead.
So fast. Oh my god, hold on. Commission.
Glenn McNeil, fast talker.
Percentage waits for no one.
I know.
Glenn is a 2 Venkman character. Also, a lot of Venkman or Venkmanish characters tonight. And Max, yeah, tell us about.
Hello, I'm Ivilo Jerzinski. I am a weird salesman. I am trying to pitch us up in all of the strange paranormal ways that I possibly can. I am a 3, and my character goal is to get dangerous technology for us to use for bigger ghost-busting missions, preferably from the federal government if they're listening.
This is perfect. 2 scientists and 2 salesmen.
Yeah.
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 I'm so hyped.
We're gonna do
That
this.
actually
Yeah.
kind of sounds like Ghostbusters.
Gonna make
I mean,
money?
a similar
Yeah, we are.
kind of balance between business and.
We're gonna get humongous fusion reactors.
So yeah, those are our four Ghostbusters for the evening.
I'm ready.
Winifred Wilcott, Allison Tully.
Yeah.
Dr.
Dr.
Allison
Thank you.
Tully, Glenn McNeil, and Ivilo Jerzinski.
Ivilo.
Ivilo or Jerzinski. I'm sorry, my bad.
Based
Like
on nice
Vilo.
man I went to college with.
What's the last name again?
Jerzinski. Because
Jerzinski.
all Ghostbusters have
Jersey.
strangely Polish sounding names.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Might have changed on Alice.
right. Our four Ghostbusters are McNeil, Jerzinski, Tully, and Wolcott. That's not bad. Could sound like some good Ghostbusters. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's it. I guess we are ready to jump in now. God, you guys have been incredible. Dom will keep putting tiers in there and letting you know what they are in the chat. And let's get started. So first, if you will, a little bit of a prologue. Let me set the scene. We are in England. Arthurian England. Camelot, to be exact. And there is a castle and an idealistic village, and it is night, and there is a man running for his life. And he is an old man with robes and a long beard. I'm just gonna cut right to it. Yeah, it's Merlin. Merlin the wizard is running for his life through Camelot. And he's running and suddenly he stops and to catch his breath. And he's sort of carrying something. It's all wrapped up in skins. You can't quite. We can't tell what it is. And he stops to catch his breath, and suddenly he hears hoofs, a horse behind him, and he stops and he looks really scared. And just out of the mist emerges this knight, this skeletal ghost knight on a skeleton horse. And he comes at Merlin, and Merlin starts backing up, and then all of a sudden behind him there is this kind of swirl of mist, and there is this vampire sorceress standing behind him, and Merlin he totally cornered, doesn't know where to go. And then the least probable thing of all happens. This swirling electrical storm just opens up in space above him, and this futuristic scooter shoots out of it. And on the scooter, there is a woman. She is blue with like black hair, and she is wearing this sort of futuristic Jetsons-y looking armor. And she flies down and lands like right in front of Merlin the wizard. And she looks at the two bad guys and the two ghosts, and they look at her, and they stop and they seem to react. They back up a little bit. They're a little afraid. And then the ghost knight charges, and she goes forward on her scooter and she pulls this like gun and she shoots like right at the ghost knight, and it just vaporizes into space, just gone. And she flies back and she lands next to Merlin, and Merlin says, he looks at her with just complete just like disbelief, and he's, are you a knight? And she's like, no, I'm a Ghostbuster.
Oh,
And the sorceress looks at them, and the Ghostbuster moves towards the sorceress, and the sorceress waves her arm and opens this portal and just disappears into it, and it closes behind her. And Merlin gets up and he looks at the Ghostbuster, and he's, you scared them off. She says, they'll be back. We'll need help. And on that, the Ghostbusters theme blares, and the logo flashes right down the screen, coming right at you, and we shoot forward to Los Angeles, 2013. We are, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on here. We are in a world that continues off of the continuity of the first two Ghostbusters movies with the original cast. What happened was, in this universe, after Vigo, I'm going to say they went on for a while, busting some ghosts. And there were a couple of more big crises like that, and they saved the world a few times. And then after a while, things died down. And it's like, let's say while they were at the height of their success, they built franchises in major cities. One of them included Los Angeles. And then on their decline, those franchises closed one by one by one by one. And as ghost activity just sort of stopped happening, there was just sort of no more ghost to bust, and the franchises dried up, including the one in New York. And you, the Los Angeles franchise of Ghostbusters, are actually the last Ghostbusters.
Gotta keep up the
The
legacy.
last of bust.
Yeah. The New York office closed down. All the original Ghostbusters are long retired. And you, of course, being the child of Louis Tully and Janine Melnitz, you know that your mother, Janine Melnitz, is the president of Ghostbusters. But essentially, all that really involves is basically bossing you guys around from, her video phone in New York, where she still lives. She does not talk to you a lot, and you guys...
Well, she sometimes calls me on Saturdays.
She sometimes calls you on Saturdays. Yeah, she doesn't take much professional interest in Ghostbusters. She kind of tries to ignore it. Basically, you guys, this franchise is sort of like a Los Angeles football franchise. It has kind of, opened its doors and closed its doors a bunch of times. And you guys just kind of got the doors open a couple of months ago, and already things are just going bad. And it's looking bleak. The city doesn't like you. They've been sending inspectors around and stuff like that, and they seem to be trying to sniff you out of existence. And the community doesn't like you. They feel like your facilities are unsafe, and the media basically thinks you're a bunch of morons and you don't know what you're doing. You're complete amateurs. And there's some to that. Let's be frank. It's like one of the things about your franchise being in existence all these years is that there's been a lot of turnover, and you are, you are not exactly like the New York Ghostbusters crew from the movies. You are not like four best friends who were on a mission together. You are just basically like the four people who wound up working here right now. And, you can have whatever level of friendship you want, and you guys can decide how long you've been there. It's, again, it's like it's been coming in and out of existence, so it's like you might have been to previous iterations. We'll get there. It might not be important. And that is where we are at. And we'll pick up right there. And it is an ordinary day like any other, and you guys have not been getting a ton of business. The business that keeps you afloat is basically just low-level apparitions, kind of Slimer stuff that hits every once in a while in some place out there. You guys can charge a lot for that, so if you get one every few months, it can basically keep the doors open. You guys don't take salaries anymore. You've been handing down your uniforms for so many crews all the time that nobody actually has a uniform that belongs to them, and there are only 3 left. So, unfortunately, somebody had to get stuck. You draw straws, and you are the uniformless Ghostbuster. And that is just the way things are around here. You don't have a car. There is no Ecto-1. So you guys, you can get around by subway or whatever your personal transportation is. You know, we'll have to call cabs. We will have to work that out. You know, it's just
I wanna
part
see
of your
Proton
challenge.
No one
Pack in
takes
an
cabs
Uber.
in LA. It's gotta be an Uber or something.
Yeah, no, you will have
I just
to.
want that shot.
Yeah, it is tough times.
I.e. Violet. Yeah,
and you just spent the last of the petty cash on Chinese food last night, and today.
They didn't even give us our fortune cookies.
Yeah,
I was super bummed.
yeah, no, that's,
I called them 3 times.
and it's like, you know, it's hard to find good Chinese food.
Every time.
So you guys are just hanging out. What do you do on a normal day? On an average day?
Well, I keep trying to tell you all, if we just hang out in the sewers more, we'll find more things that we can go after. You know that ghosts love sewers.
This is factually true.
It is, see?
But no one's gonna pay us to bust in sewers.
That's what I'm talking
We gotta
about.
bust in high-profile
you know what?
places.
That's not
Can we
necessarily
drag 'em?
true. Sanitation workers are highly, highly paid. So if we go into the sewers, it's entirely possible that we would be paid a very hefty sum.
Then you're getting through all of the all of the paperwork of government contracting.
Listen.
Trying to work with the sanitation department is not worth it. Trust me.
This will make
Those checks
sense
take forever.
to you guys, because if we find the ghosts, then we send them up. And then they go
This
into
I like.
buildings,
This I
and
like.
then they have to call. Who do they call? They're gonna call us because there's nobody else left. It's
Don't
just
bust
us.
the ghosts, just bust them out of the sewers
Yeah.
and into the Biltmore.
And then we
Oh,
bust
yeah.
them,
And then-
and we're rolling in money and lots of really
We
cool
charge more.
things that we can buy to, create new cool experiments, right?
Yes,
I
I
feel
would
like
very
our
much like
tutorialism
that.
is starting to pay off on the nerds.
Oh,
I
PFW
know.
Scott, thank you.
Thank you, PFW.
Yes, finally, get around the capitalism. Oh, thanks, PFW Scott.
TC sends a reroll to Megan. And,
Oh, thank you very much, Steve.
Yes.
Matt P3000 sends their reroll to Sam. Because Sam doesn't have enough rerolls. No, thank you, Matt.
I'm giving you more.
All right.
You do fearsome shit.
Hearing what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then we can test out our new, device.
Oh, the thing.
Yeah.
Wait, why? There's only 4 of us here. Why are you mumbling about a thing like it's a secret?
It's not a secret. It's
Not.
just, you just didn't quite approve of it, so we just thought we would,
All the tests haven't been finished.
And,
You're gonna love it though.
I'm now texting my
and
side
I'm just
hustle.
hearing about this now?
Oh,
Isn't your
is
birthday
going
in a
on.
couple of months?
This is a gift for me.
Probably.
The thing that I didn't.
Glenn.
Sure.
gotcha.
You know what? Whatever. When you two blow yourselves to Kingdom Come, I'll be picking up the life insurance policy.
Well, life insurance, what?
All right. And,
That reminds me, there's an elementary school
as
that I have
you
a theory
guys-
might have precognition.
So they'll know when you die.
When will they know it?
It's possible. It's
Whoa! That's the
Thank you.
thing.
wow.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God, you guys are just amazing. I don't even know what we are promising anymore. That is up to Dom. I'm sure he is doing something horrible.
Our eternal appreciation.
Man, he's laughing
promise that this
devilishly.
year.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, thank you. Oh my God, thank you everybody again. I just I can't believe it. But yeah, while you guys are talking, the phone rings.
Hello, Ghostbusters LA.
Hi. Who am I speaking with?
This would be Provisional Dr. Vilo Drzezinski.
Well, Dr. Trzynski, I might have a problem. I need handled quietly.
Would this be a ghost-related problem, or is this a normal kind of human being-related problem?
Well, I was
That's a
hoping
good
maybe
question.
you could tell me that.
Oh!
And he sounds uncertain.
All right, well, here's how we operate. We can send a technician down to your location to assess the situation. Now, there is a fee that we charge towards the assessment. Now,
What
if it
kind?
does turn out that it is a paranormal issue, that fee will go towards the final charge.
What kind of fee are we talking here?
I'll have accounting drafted up, and we'll send it with the technician based on your location and how much work the technician has to do to get to you.
Okay. I don't know. All right.
Are you riddled with ghosts in your house? Because we can just leave them there. That's not a problem.
All right. Just send someone. What?
That's what I thought.
Send everyone.
Okay.
All right.
Let me get your address.
We're at Dodger Stadium. And
All right.
remember, I need this handled quietly.
Yeah, very quietly, very quietly. We'll be. No one will even know that 4 people with proton packs have shown up.
It's never that quiet. You know that, right? It's not.
We should probably let them know.
What
It
did
might
she
be
say?
pretty
What
loud.
did that woman say in the background?
Sometimes the proton packs make a humming sound. People might hear that. I just wanted to make sure it's not going to be too crowded when we're there. We need room to operate.
Lots
Anyway,
of room.
the key hangs up.
Yeah.
Did you mention the damages clause that we had to enter since last time?
Good work.
Hey,
Never tell them what they don't need to know ahead of time, alright?
I think you're right.
There we go.
Just hide it in the paperwork.
The LA Dodgers are haunted.
What?
That explains everything.
This is a theory I've been working on for a while, so this is great. This is great news.
It's also a theory that I've been working on, which is the LA Dodgers have a lot of money, and we're going to take all of it. Not all of it, enough of it.
Who was on the phone?
I don't know.
You didn't get a name.
No, we're just going to
So
go.
it could be the hot dog cart outside Dodger Stadium.
Look. Yes.
That's decidedly less exciting.
Dodger dogs.
But I have a feeling it wasn't.
That part is going to be fine, but
Either way.
We
Dodger dogs.
still have the sewer option. I mean, if we can get into the building and they don't have any ghosts, then they will once we're there.
Great point.
Yeah.
It
All
seems but a
roads lead
pale
to the
specter of the ideal
we can make that
scenario.
part plan B.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they want us to come down and assess, which I think means bust ghosts.
I mean,
So,
yeah.
That is decidedly what we do.
right on. So let's load up,
Yeah.
and
good.
I'll call a lift.
Perfect.
Alright.
Beautiful. Now, you guys actually, like I said, you
Warn
spent
them about the proton packs this time.
Don't
Who,
warn
the
them about
lift?
the proton
Yeah.
packs.
well, you spent the last of the petty cash on Chinese food last night. We established that. So you have to barter with the Lyft driver. You owe the Lyft driver ghostbusting services at some point in the future. Sorry, that's just where you're at.
That's
right
where
now.
we're at.
But yeah.
Thank you, Lyft driver, for accepting ghostbusting services in
I could just
lieu
try to
of-
hypnotize him,
Well, the times are hard for everybody.
make him think we paid.
Do you want to try and hypnotize the Lyft driver so you don't know the Lyft driver?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can roll for that. That sounds like
We don't do work for free.
Yeah, that is definitely
He
a.
does.
We know our value.
The lift.
Sounds like a
I
persuasion.
told you I have
kind
a
of thing.
focus specifically.
That's a
in
Venkman
hypnosis.
task. It's a persuasion kind of thing. So why don't you roll?
Then I don't have a specialty in this. I have a fascination with this. I've never been successful, but I believe it
Until today.
exists.
Well, I guess you can. Precise action hypnosis. Whoa, Heart of Handprints. Thank you.
Handprints?
Oh, and yeah. Oh, thank you, Heart of Handprints.
Yeah, for hypnosis, you have to be like calm and collected and very specific.
Okay. I've
Count
kind of
backwards
kind of
from
like a
10.
persuasion
Yeah.
mode, but yeah, okay, I'll give you that. So we'll call it a Spengler roll. You want to roll under your number.
Nothing I do is a wild
Your
and
number
passionate
is
action.
5, so this is good for you. And you say this is a specialty for you, so you
get
can
it.
roll
See in the die.
3 die. You are an expert at this, right? All right, yeah. Roll 3. See what happens.
My special item is my hand and I have no.
Oh, you have like a coin or something.
Like a fob watch.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
a watch is what I was imagining. How many am I rolling? Wasn't
You want to roll 3.
3. Two successes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and you successfully hypnotize the Lyft driver.
We
so
have already paid.
you
Thank you.
totally
Have a
get
fun
that
day.
ride for free.
Good work.
Pleasure.
Wow.
Good
Okay.
work. This time you don't need to sit in the back middle seat.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Need to sit in the back middle seat.
you find yourself outside Dodger Stadium. Each one of you wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on your back. As usual.
I would wear more if you'd let me, but you won't.
You just can't afford it.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, thank you for the soap, Firefly.
Oh, thank you.
Firefly.
Thing.
Yeah. How about librarian Liz sends a reroll to Sam, apparently.
We need to break.
Yeah, we're gonna
How
start
many
rolling
is
down.
possible?
We're just getting there. I can't believe the first
just
die
want
roll
the
of the game
record.
was to
Tempting
cheat
fate
a Lyft
stats?
driver
Yes.
out of his feet. But okay, whatever. So yeah, you were at Dodger Stadium outside.
Just wild bunching.
Sure, you're walking around. You're looking for the entrance. You find the business entrance of Dodger Stadium, and
I want to look for someone who looks like they really, really want us to take their money.
Okay.
Like the concerned humanoid
yeah, okay.
around here who may or may not work the hot dog stand. We aren't sure. We haven't
Alright, so
confirmed
you're
on that
looking around,
particular
you're gonna,
point.
like, try
I
to,
mean,
like,
now that I
size
saw
everybody
the
up like a
question.
Yeah.
or something, right? So that sounds
It might
to
even
me-
be the person we originally booked.
Sounds to me like calm, precise action, like kind of
Hilarious.
Sherlock Holmesy kind of.
Okay,
like,
I was going
observation
for
there.
like the salesman trying to find
Oh,
the
you just want like
find
salesman
Mark.
sense.
yeah
Okay, I guess I buy that.
intuition.
Who's the easy target?
Our rules are very malleable.
Looking for a rube.
Pop Perryman, thanks for
Yep.
the bits.
Okay, then.
Yeah, you can get bits too. Thank you, Pop Perryman. So yeah, why don't you roll? Well, you're a salesman. This is what you do. You're an expert at. Roll 3. This is a Venkman task. You are trying to roll over your number.
I get 1 success, but it is my number.
Okay, you get a question.
Where's the nearest ghost dog?
Where's the nearest ghost dog? I will say that there's not a ghost dog exactly, but the nearest thing to a ghost dog will be somewhere in the stadium.
Amazing! I didn't even expect that. That's much better than I thought.
Wait for the nearest thing to a ghost dog. Just,
I thought, like, okay, maybe the ghost dog's in
highlight
Venice,
it.
and I just have to wait till we get to Venice and, like, steer the party to Venice.
Yeah.
the worst.
I'm with you on that.
Yes, the closest thing to the ghost dog
Okay.
is right here.
Ghost dog in the stadium. And easy marks.
Easy mark. Well, you got 1 success there. So you find somebody who looks like they can spend money all right. You actually find the team owner who is bobbing around the office. But you only rolled 1 success, so the team owner is not the person who called you, and immediately when he notices you, he's, what the fuck?
Can I walk up to him with one of my devices and just kind of up and down?
PKEM.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're peeking him.
Just see if,
Taking a peek.
Taking a peek.
Why don't
I get
you
anything?
Exactly.
roll that science thing? Roll Spangler. You want to roll under your number. You are a scientist, so yeah, you can
like
roll
that.
3. You're a scientist doing ghost busting science.
All right, so I'm trying to roll
coining that term
under
now.
You're
my
trying to roll,
number.
under your number.
I rolled
Yeah.
twice under my number, and I rolled 2 1s and a 6. I mean, that's a crazy roll.
Yeah,
Nice.
But I did. I succeed twice.
Yeah, you
Weird scientist, maybe.
You totally scan him, and he is a real person. You do not detect anything supernatural about him, and he is a little weirded out. But you have a success, so he's just kind of gonna play it off and just once again, what the fuck?
Maintenance.
Basic maintenance work, just making sure that no paranormal anything is happening in this lovely stadium of
You're
yours.
clearly not possessed, so you're good.
Yeah, I know.
Don't always
So
know.
do we now.
They're very fine players. We love seeing them above the Mendoza line. We're ensuring that absolutely nothing that can possess your already superstitious audience would turn things bad for you. Maintenance.
Okay, you're trying to talk this guy into.
I'm
thinking
trying to
that
fast
you're a
talk him.
maintenance crew.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure,
Normal
sure.
maintenance.
Right.
Paranormal
That is
maintenance.
definitely-
Like baseball superstitions.
Yeah, that is definitely a Venkman task. And it sounds like you're helping
Yeah,
them.
I'd like to help.
Yeah, lay it in. We're doing
So
our sales.
Why don't you roll first? It's a Venkman task. You are a salesman. Wow, everyone's playing to their power right now. So it's like
Yeah.
you can roll 3.
Cool.
You are rolling to help them. If you succeed, they get the 4th die. You want to roll over
Success.
your number. That is a success. So you can roll 4 because you are also a salesman.
This means one of us has to die.
Right? It's like we
They
planned
chose
this.
so well, right?
Only
I roll over my number. 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
4 successes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now, in fact, we are invoicing the owner.
It's like, okay, and he's just, all right, you know what? Fine, you're maintenance. Go fix whatever it is you're supposed to fix.
yo.
All right. We will tell them that we have your authorization. Thank you very much, and have a very good day.
And he thinks about that for a second, but, thank you, Dark
thank
Nate.
you, Dark
Dark
Nate.
Nate.
God, you guys, you are incredible today.
Killing it. Killing it.
Yeah,
Don't
but
worry. We'll bust
Hiding
the
the
ghost.
body.
with all your successes,
When they come.
he kind of thinks for a second about, your authorization, but he just turns around and sort of walks away. You guys...
Wear them down by annoying them. That's what I always say.
You do always say that. It's annoying. It wears me down.
Worked on me.
Yeah, it worked on all of us.
Yeah.
And now I work here.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about it like that.
So you are standing in the business office.
Any ectoplasm anywhere?
You want to scan the environment? Do you want to
I would like
take
to.
a look around?
We're gonna take a peek.
All right, so They all have basic ghost busting stuff. As part of the game, everybody has one of those PKE meters. Everybody has a little Tobin spirit guide on their cell phone, so you can try and look stuff up as far as ghost stuff. And what else do you have? That's it. And your pack. So yeah, you are doing a science scan. You are a scientist,
Yes.
Allison. So roll 3.
Dr. Allison.
Dr. Allison. Sorry, Dr. Tully.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, I should actually make a note of that, Dr. Tully.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, no. So yeah, Dr. Tully, that roll 3 die. You are trying to roll under your number, which is a 5. You're a scientist.
3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah.
How
Well,
much goo?
Well, what I would say is, oh wow,
Yes!
Shalithia.
You're trying to break us, and we really like it.
Yeah. Oh my God, you guys are
Shalithia.
incredible. Thank you so much. Wow.
The Shalith beast.
Dom, yeah, whatever we are
Ectoplasm.
promising them, just to shoot into my thing here because.
I'm sending it to you now.
Ectoplasm, residual energy.
Yes. Well, what I would tell you is that you do actually up in a little crack in a corner find what you think is just the slightest trace of ectoplasm, and when you scan around ambiently, you find that there is definitely just a supernatural kind of ghostly background. The PKE is not off the charts, but it is definitely different. It is a more consistent, higher, broader kind of energy than you usually see in these little Slimer type ghosts that you're used to dealing with. And you get the feeling it's you don't know what, you don't know, exactly what's happening, but there is definitely something in this place, and yeah, you find a little ectoplasm residue, and you start taking it or scraping it, whatever.
Yeah, scraping it. This is so interesting. We're definitely not dealing with a Slimer type. There seems to be sort of residual energy, very small but concentrated. I'm not sure where the source is, but it's definitely spread out. But this is definitely not its main haunt hallway, at least. But it's been through here. Huh.
What, like a tiny bug ghost or like a mouse ghost?
It's entirely
Small.
possible. Maybe ghost termites or
Firefly sends a
or
reroll to me.
cockroaches.
They're gonna have infested the whole stadium.
it's
we're
a
gonna
very
have to
tiny
through all the
crack.
hours we're going to build.
This may have just been an
Overtime.
entry point through a wall at some point.
Can you track it? Mush?
I will try.
You know, like a dog.
Hey, it works. Thank you for the
Thank
show.
you.
That doesn't track things by mushing? Yeah.
No, like mush.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's how we track
Yeah,
it.
you know what? You got 3 successes there.
Yeah.
You can
Like
definitely
running.
track it a little.
I want to track it.
All right.
All right. Oh, I found some more over here. It's going in this direction.
All right. Are you all going with her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in the meantime, I assume that I would have written down the phone number of whoever called or something like that, or kept it on
It's the caller ID of your phone.
Yeah, on the caller
Like,
ID of our
you didn't
phone.
do any of those things, but I'll let you roll for them as a salesman roll to see if you remembered it.
Yeah, can I roll for that?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
You that is a Bankman thing. You want to roll over your number. You are supposed to be an expert salesman. You can roll
Tiny ghost.
3.
Okay.
If you
There it is.
succeed, you remember.
Great. Yes, 3 successes
Little peewee geist?
and 2 are ESPs.
The little tiny.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, Peewee Geist.
hang on. So what are you get 2 questions.
My
So-
first question is, who was it that called?
Okay, the guy who called was the team, let's say, general manager.
Got it.
And what is
My second
what is his
question?
name?
Oh,
I'll let you guys make it up.
hold on.
You didn't say and we forgot.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's remembering the name now.
Martin
so-
Stan. He's
Martin-
got 2 first names.
Martin
Martin
Stan.
Stan.
Yeah.
We stand.
Like STAN.
He's a general
Martin
stand.
Stan. The LA Dodgers GM. Don't look it up. This is totally real.
Definitely real.
No, he's the
We miss you, Amanda.
Dodgers GM. That is to say,
What?
he runs
Yeah.
RPG games for the players.
Oh yeah.
Martin Stan, the Dodgers
He's the
GM.
in-house GM.
The Dodge. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. We reflect like he's the in-house GM who runs RPGs for the LA Dodgers.
That's so awesome.
Yes, that is what that is now.
nice team.
And
Yeah.
he was the one who called you.
Okay. And then I
That's
guess
right. He
my
believes.
second question would be,
Yes.
Well, I've got his phone number. I know who it is that called. I don't really have a second question. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
you don't have to ask your questions.
Yeah. Somebody's calling me. Stop calling me. Okay.
That's gonna be Calgary Penny.
Probably Martin.
Thank you
Fine.
for whoever. So yes, you
So we're
are
following the trail.
Following the trail, right? Yes, thank you. And you follow that from the business office, and you walk down the hallways, and lots of people in suits are sort of looking at you and are a little freaked out. One of
scan
them walks
all of them
by,
as
you
I
know.
run.
Just like handing business cards out. I'm like, Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters West, we Ghostbust the best. If you've got a ghost, we'll take it out of its nest.
Yeah, you are definitely giving out cards left and right. Real quick, Max, roll 3 salesman die. You want to roll 3 Venkman die, roll your number. I want to see.
I would love to back that up, though.
Okay, but no, you can do it separately.
All
You're
right,
You're giving out your own cards. What did you
Okay.
do?
2 successes.
2 successes. So you are getting a lot of people to take your cards, and they are looking at them and putting them in their pocket.
Tell your friends. Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell all your friends 3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah.
Salesman, competitive. Who would have thought?
Weird, that.
You give people cards, and they look at it and put them in their pocket, and then they give people a card, and they're just like, "Yeah, you'll be hearing from me, definitely."
I know I will.
It all roots to the same office.
But they take both of your cards, so you guys are
But it
you're
roots
trying to
through
drum
me
up business amongst the Dodger staff. But you go through the business offices, and you go, we'll say like into the locker rooms, and then that leads
Oh
through a
my.
tunnel that takes you out to the field, and you walk straight out to the middle, like out the dugout, you know, and up onto the field, and it takes you straight out to like second base in the middle of the field. And when you get there, your PKE meter just goes like berserk.
Well, we've gotten to second base.
This is a great place to try our device, don't you think? Right here in the middle of the field.
Second base.
We could.
Yeah, we could.
Do you want to try it right now?
Yeah, I think we should. I think
In
it's
front
right
of
here.
everyone?
Yeah, in front of Will. I mean,
They're whipping out their devices and getting
I don't
second
think that
base
they-
with the ghost.
I don't think
Middle of
that
the
anybody was. I mean, are there a bunch of people out here other than us?
No, right now you are the only people that you can see. Like I'll say is that like there are some like groundskeepers working in the outfield, but like it's generally like the stadium is empty. Yeah.
So,
By the way, Ruark sends me a reroll to Max. Thank you.
thank you. So, if this device works like we think it will,
It will.
yeah, it's going to attract all the ghosts in the area, and they're going to come right to us.
And then
We fill the
And then we
stadium.
bust them.
So okay, you guys
PR move,
created
don't you
like
think?
a summoning beacon for ghosts.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. All right, let's roll to see how that went. Who was the chief scientist on this project? Was it you or you?
I'll say it's me. I'll
It's
say
you. Okay, so you are gonna help her.
I helped with the calculations.
Yeah,
The design
so-
is all hers. I will not take credit for something I didn't draw.
You roll 3 die to see how your help went.
That's what
Still
I
do.
They are a Spengler test.
So
You want,
needs to
Spengler
be-
test. Sorry, yeah, you want to
Goes
roll
here now.
under your number.
Just a big magnet. Ghost.
2 successes.
How many die am I rolling?
Oh, you can roll. Well, you are a scientist, right? Yeah, you can roll 3.
3.
Well, 4, because I gave you 1.
Oh, right, 4 because she succeeded in helping you.
Okay, I got my number twice, and I rolled under twice.
So 4 successes.
Okay, 4 successes.
Four
Four
successes.
successes?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
And
So-
2 questions.
science.
So you had 2 questions. Yes, go for it. What do you got?
questions.
And
Unloading-
sometimes there are just
unloading
not
parts
things
from
to
my
ask
backpack.
questions about. That's just part of
My
it.
duffels and
Yeah.
assembling it for you.
But you could ask
Good,
anything.
Perfect, yes. This is the best part. I don't know that I have any questions right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you got you've got your ghost summoning beacon, and
It is the best beacon
you
that's
are
ever
turning it
beaten.
on. Is that the deal? Whoa, Estelle,
Oh
Christina!
Ew!
I honestly have no idea what that buys, but thank you.
Our eternal love.
Who knows what horrible things Dom
Oh,
is
boy.
doing to us right now? Dom is an
I
evil
got
man.
my
Nobody
cards.
believes me when I tell them.
Make
Yeah.
them rhyme.
So you turn on your homing beacon. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you designed
together?
the
Yes.
shit out of that thing.
Ready?
Oh my god! Like,
2.
yeah. And what? Describe to me what happens. Like, what was your homing beacon like? Does it shoot a beam into the air? Does it make a sound? Like, what does it do?
I imagine it's like this really ridiculous looking device that has
Yeah.
like, there's like a box fan in it. There's like all these random pieces that we've just pulled from everywhere and stuck together.
Thrift store.
Remember that
So
vacuum
useful.
that went missing a few months ago?
Yeah.
I definitely didn't.
Oh yeah,
make
that
it.
sucked.
What?
Yeah.
Gotta
And
suck the ghosts.
it starts. I imagine that it starts to light up and it starts to vibrate, and all around it, almost like when there's heat on the road, there's sort of the your
shimmer.
vision, shimmers all around it, and it makes a really loud like
Clearing.
noise, and it gets louder and louder. And I imagine that it actually starts to pull any little pieces up nearby and starts to pull them around, and it's like
Okay.
spinning
That's
essentially.
awesome. And that is exactly what
Sucks
happens.
up.
It's what everybody's seeing. And as that happens,
Don't look too closely.
you start to hear like the flapping of wings, like quickly beating, and you don't see anything at first.
Is this a homing beacon or a homing pigeon? I hear wings.
Right, then suddenly like this a little bit of
Sometimes
mist
it
comes
goes.
and just like out of the air, like what you are seeing now is like sort of just appearing is this ghostly kind of levitating, legless, flying rat. The closest thing that you're gonna find to a ghost doggy. And this thing it's just
Ghost doggy with wings.
rat. Yeah, it's got this kind of like a long nose and a lizard-like body, and it's just kind of circling from way on high.
Poo doggy.
And you designed the hell out of that thing, and you said it summons all the ghosts in the area. So suddenly, like by those groundskeepers in the outfield, another sort of misty shape kind of starts to step out of nothingness. And what you are seeing is a giant werewolf. This sort of ghostly knit. Oh my God!
Whoa!
Pop Harryman.
Harry, man.
Wow, Pop Harryman. Thank
What are we
you.
gonna do to the
I
game?
have no idea. I don't know. That's.
Next week's gonna be Barker.
Yeah, next week is gonna be Barker's. Oh my God, I got the shit.
Shit's
Do
going
we all get like ecto-vespas?
Oh, better. Don't worry.
Chat.
Yeah, no,
No helmet.
I got plans. So yeah, no. I mean, God, thank you, everybody. You have been incredible tonight. You have been incredible with us this season, last season. We are super grateful.
you.
Thank you. And this werewolf starts stepping out. It's kind of this ghostly kind of werewolf that kind of it's half mist and sort of very kind of scary. It moves jaunty and strangely, this is a very weird detail that you notice, but it's like what I'll say is that it is wearing like high top athletic shoes.
Happy birthday, Jasinski.
This is not what I wanted. I wanted
sure?
what I really
want more
asked for
Ghostbusters?
was
Here they are, all
They're
the ghosts. Look,
here.
there's a werewolf one.
Yeah.
That's something I'm gonna have to make notes on.
I was
right.
just hoping for a Beatles anthology on CD.
Well, you should have said that.
What
And,
good is
and,
that?
and the werewolf sort of
Confuse them.
For science.
starts to
Ghost
sniff
beetles.
around at the air, kind of at you, and then at the groundskeepers, and it sort of gets a little jumpy and starts like bouncing around, looking like it's getting a little.
I want to start setting up my traps.
You want to start setting up traps?
Yeah, that
Okay.
seems like the thing to do.
Why is it wearing Reeboks?
Ghosts have poor taste. They have unfinished business, but their unfinished business is that they had no taste.
Just trying to.
Have you ever met these
Basketball
sort of
game.
anthropomorphic?
Not
Ghosts
that I
before?
remember. I mean, this is working better than I could have hoped for.
Yeah,
How many
these are.
animal creatures have we
These
encountered
two
before
ghosts.
in the past?
What I will say is that these two ghosts, they all seem. And you know what? It's like actually, you know what? Make a roll, like a science roll. Let me.
Yes.
Roll 3 die. It is. Whoa! That works.
works.
Oh my God! Thank you.
What dark
you!
warlock business is Dom doing in chat right now? Because he's
Seriously.
smiling a lot and
I promise you
something's
all.
happening and I'm very
You guys
concerned.
did to yourselves.
Yo,
Oh no!
I promise you
What?
all. Next week will be bananas
Oh
nuts.
what?
Promise.
I'm afraid of no ghosts, but I might be afraid of these guys.
I ain't afraid of no chat.
So
Fool.
yeah.
I rolled, I was successful, and I get a question.
How successful were you?
It was 2 successes.
Okay, yeah, that works. What's your question?
Well, tell me what you know, what I know, and then I'll ask my question. What do I get from that roll? And then I'll
Sure.
elaborate with my question.
You have never seen any ghosts quite like these. You are used to sort of more like I said, Slimer type of like spectral apparitions and stuff. These kind of like anthropomorphic, like animal ghosts, like you've You've read about them in Tobin's Spirit Guide. You've heard that people have reported seeing things like this from time to time, but you have never come across anything like this.
They don't usually accessorize.
No, that is particularly strange. They do not. You've never heard anything about werewolves in gym shoes. Okay, they're like cool, like Reebok, like Converse high tops.
Well, all right.
All right, I rescind
Shucks.
my previous comment.
I have a theory.
I'm gonna those Reebok.
Can I see any zippers on these ghost spectrals?
Zippers?
Zippers.
No.
Can I check them?
Interesting.
Hey, thank you for this help.
Hey!
I don't know what I'm getting off of you right now.
All right, so what are you scanning now?
Breakfast. Getting
You're
on.
getting breakfast.
You're scanning
Well,
ghosts?
I do have all the samples on me. That's
what it
probably
is.
what it is.
Yeah, I want to scan the werewolf if
Gotta
it's coming
peek 'em.
over.
All right. Well, the werewolf is
All
kind
right.
of it's still sort of sniffing around, kind of uncertainly. You know, looks like a kind of scared animal, but almost like kind of
Skittish.
it's kind of skittish. And
Alright.
you scan it. Why don't you roll? That's a Spengler thing. Roll. You're a scientist. You can roll 3. You want to roll under your number, which is a 3.
I rolled under my number 1.
Okay. Well, what I will say is, yeah, you do get a reading on that thing, and that reading, what it tells you is that this ghost, it seems like it is like dimensionally displaced, like it comes from another dimension or something. You have read about readings like these in the journals of Egon Spengler, the legendary founder of the Ghostbusters. He
There's
has
my man.
reported doing some studies along these lines.
Definitely did the
of
reading.
Ghosts that can pass
Don't
through different universes, but you have never come across these particular kind of readings confirming her results.
This
Yeah.
is probably one of the most exciting things we've ever come upon.
Yeah, I thought maybe they were just mascots, but turns out.
But you only rolled 1. So while you are standing there, that ghost charges at you. And what I will say is the ghost knocks you down to the ground, and you can just sort of hear like a crunch on your proton pack. And your proton pack is now out of commission.
Whoa!
And
Yikes.
the
know
werewolf
what
is,
that
is sort of just kind of
costs?
towering over you.
Oh, we don't know what leaks out of that when they get destroyed.
The flying rat
don't?
It
thing.
might just be the shell.
The flying rat thing still just circles in the air.
All right.
The werewolf
Well, I
is
do.
right over
You
you.
don't.
Well, at least we can use the pieces of it for something else.
I'm
Indeed.
gonna. I set up my trap. I want to bust the ghost.
Bust-
Yeah, okay, I buy that.
I will help.
Okay, and
I would like to call Martin Stan and tell him that he definitely does have a ghost problem.
Yes, absolutely. I need you to do that. That is the most important thing that could possibly be
Okay.
happening right now.
Max, you make a Venkman roll. You get to roll 3. You want to roll over your number. Sam, you want to make a Spengler roll. You get to roll.
Wild passionate busting.
What
Wild and passionate, calm and collected.
what is
We
your
bust
attitude towards?
differently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like, what is your attitude towards busting? Actually, are
this
you
is-
more of like a cowboy, or are you more of?
I
like
was
a-
literally about to say lasso, so yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah.
Cow busting.
Right. Yeah. So you can roll. You can roll 2, and you can roll 2.
you.
Because, like, again, you've never seen
You know,
anything
cow
quite like
busting.
this.
Yes, but it did just take down my friend,
I've worked
and I would
hard
like
at
this area to be
What are
secure
you
so that I can
doing,
get a proper
Megan?
sample.
I think at this point I'm trying to, when I would get up, yeah, I'm just like,
Over my number. Under my number.
and then
2. Or no, you're under 5. Sorry.
I want to go and check on the device and see. So if there's just these 2 ghosts that have
Yep.
shown up so far. Well, then actually maybe I'll try and see if I can get a reading on the rat.
On the puppy ghost.
Yeah.
Okay. You can roll 3 Spengler for that. You want to roll under your number. So you're doing that. Max, how did you do?
2 successes, 1's an ESP.
Okay, so yeah, you actually get through to
Hey.
Martin, and he's like, and you,
Yeah, I'm gonna FaceTime you.
yeah, you FaceTime him with the ghost. He believes you. That is a success. What is your,
That's
what is
a
your
ghost.
question?
My question is, how much do you think I can charge this guy to bust these ghosts? What kind of budget do you think he's operating with?
Man, he's operating with the budget,
What kind of budget can you coerce him to have?
Right,
Yeah,
what
like-
kind of budget can you coerce out of him?
Yeah.
With the authorization of the man, we got that before with the owner.
You got the authorization of the owner, so
Right.
shoot for the moon. I mean, this is the Dodgers. They got a lot of money to spend.
What constitutes the
Maybe
moon?
you can sell them on some kind of long-term installment plan or some
Yeah,
kind of
right.
long-term
No,
service
that's a
plan.
great idea. We'll come
Right.
back every 2
Ghostbusters
months.
on retainer.
Every week, 2
Yeah.
weeks, every day.
Well, right.
Before
I mean,
every
during
game.
the season, obviously, we want to be there weekly, but off season, we want to be there every month or so.
Yeah, season tickets.
To make sure, and we want
Yeah.
season tickets.
The owner is in
Just to
the
be there
dog-
during
right, yeah, the
games,
owner
just in
plays
case.
in the in the D&D game. So if you can win over Martin, you might be able to get the owner to do that. Whoa, Meaning of the Night, thank you.
Night.
Meaning of the Night draws our carrier penguin.
And they're spectacular.
Yes,
Thank
check
you.
out our official carrier penguin, our Ghostbuster carriers penguin at Tempting Fate RPG. It is awesome. Thank you, Meaning of the Night.
They're really cool.
So
Oh, that's the penguin.
Yeah, so I'd like to.
that is your answer.
Yeah.
How did you do on your
2 successes.
2 successes? You
2
had- you-
successes
2
and an
successes.
Cowboy.
ESP.
Okay, what's your question?
Ghosty.
You said they came from where? They were
A
displaced.
different dimension.
What dimension?
The 5th dimension.
Always favorite dimension.
Oh, you haven't met the
I
8.
know.
And
I've always been partial to
don't
7th
even use double
dimension.
I
bookkeeping.
love the 7th dimension.
Thank you.
Big
See,
fan.
7th dimension.
7 dimensions
All
great.
right.
8.
Yeah, you look down at those readings that she got, and you recognize it because you've read more of Elon Spengler's journals, and you know that Spengler. Hang on. You know that Spengler identified those are the readings he associates with the 5th dimension.
Isn't that
Then
one
I
of-
set the proton pack to 5th dimension.
No, you just have
Yep.
your regular proton. You already succeeded at that.
No, I know. That's just.
No,
You already succeeded at your proton pack thing. Both of you have lassoed the ghost. The ghost is caught. And we will say, you succeeded, so you operate your trap because you said you throw it. And
Excellent, thank you.
like what happens is that werewolf it feels the shocks of your proton packs. And it starts pulling, on the werewolf. The trap opens, and the werewolf, unlike some other ghosts you've seen, just sort of turns to the trap and growls at it, and it holds on to the edge of the trap, like it's not sucking in like normally like ghosts do, and the werewolf sort of pulls away from it, and the trap kind of pulls back on the werewolf, and then the trap kind of pops and breaks.
But I set it to 5th dimension.
And the werewolf looks at you and it just sort of runs away and it just disappears into the dugout. It's just running back into the building.
That's unusual.
The other thing just still circles way above you guys. Doesn't engage at all. Doesn't do anything. It's just kind of up there.
Do we still have an operational trap?
Yeah, I would say you each have a trap. So you've used
I've
one.
busted mine.
And now you have 3.
But
But
I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
yeah, you're
I'm
on hold.
going to-
You're doing the most important thing right now, which is
Oh, right.
the money call.
Yeah.
You focus.
All right, you two focus on the ghost. I'm
Always
gonna
be
go
ghosted.
see what
Always be
busted
ghosted.
that
Always be
trap.
ghosted.
Okay.
ABG.
Good idea.
You two focus on the last ghost. I'm gonna find out what happened to the trap.
Okay.
All right. You do your science. I'll borrow.
You can borrow my trap.
oh, and you were scanning the thing up in the air.
Yes,
How did you do?
I got one.
1. Okay. Ooh. All right. So yeah, you get a reading on
break
that,
your
and
head
it sort of confirms also from the 5th dimension. It's the same reading once again, and once again it summons the attention of the thing that you are scanning, just like before, and the flying rat
Stop scanning.
comes sort of screeching down at you.
Oh.
And it knocks the PKE meter from your hand, and that smashes on the ground. And then the rat flies
That stuff
back
is
up,
so expensive.
and it just starts circling again.
All right.
They
So
seem to not like these devices. I mean, they're going right for them. We could probably use that somehow. Give me more of
I just
them.
don't like you.
I mean,
You
they
stay
are
where you
designed
are.
to hurt, to trap them. So, okay, what broke the trap?
All right, you want to do a science roll? to
I
see if you can figure it
do.
out? All right, roll 3 die. That is Spengler roll. You want to roll under
Designed
your
this
number?
one myself.
We will call this. You can roll 2 die if you're not getting help from anybody because you've never seen anything like this before. You can't be an expert.
Yeah.
Sure, go. Spengler. you wanna
One
roll?
success.
1 success. Okay, you start scanning the trap, and what you sort of determine is that you set your PKE meter and you do some scans and you figure out that this trap it's only good for capturing ghosts from this dimension, what Spengler calls Dimension Prime. It does not have the same effect on these ghosts from other dimensions, and you do not have any traps along those lines. Hey, thank you,
Thank you,
Maladjust. Yeah, thank you.
All
Alright, it's no good!
So, what's the busting protocol?
Well, it seems we're gonna have to find some sort of rip in this fabric of our universe to the next, or some sort of portal, or maybe there's something maybe it's in the sewer.
And suddenly you start hearing screaming coming from inside the building. That werewolf did run in there.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to herd them and then find a way to get them back to their dimension before we can bust them.
We want to get them off site of the client.
Well, not until the client pays.
Then we can just bring them back.
That's true. Well, that seems like extortion.
Okay,
Well,
no,
No, I know what I was saying in the middle of it. I caught myself.
Okay, all right. Then I'll try to get this little
Sorry.
puppy ghost
What
over
I
here.
should have said was, that sounds like extortion.
That's the way to look at it, my friend. All right. Here, ghosty.
Works
Okay.
every time.
Let's call that a Venkman thing. You're trying to charm the
Yeah,
ghosts,
catch more flies.
Bring it in.
Since apparently scanning is vinegar.
You can
Vinegar
roll
ghost.
one, because you've never done anything like this. You want
Yeah.
to roll over your number, which for you, Glenn, is 8.
Yeah, we're good.
And you succeed. It's only one victory. You succeed at cost. And what I will say is, this thing sort of comes down. It looks very, very scared, and you see that its left eye is poked out. It's only got one eye. It's just.
I love it so much.
And
I love it like my own child.
and it sort of it sniffs at you,
Amazing.
and then it with its tail it lashes out and it just cuts right across your face. You've got a scar now going like a quick lash going right across diagonally.
Wait, I thought this was supposed to be a cost. You just made me like 90% sexier.
Hey, no, own it. Yeah. So you've got this like scar cutting right across your face now. You're
Bad dog. All right, we're gonna have to work on that.
And it just sort of retreats back
Yeah, I
up
thought
into
it
the
was
air,
too.
and as it does, it sort of just puffs away.
I was gonna try to catch it.
Yep, and it's gone, and you hear the screaming in the building.
Yeah.
All right,
should
we have
probably
busted
do
one.
something about
One
that.
down, one to go. I do not see the ghost any more para.
Officially busted.
I'm
Wait,
sure
wait.
this is everything that needed to happen with that particular ghost, and it will
That's
never
quite
occur.
unlikely. It's
Yeah,
probably
that's
still
not-
just floating around.
Don't let
Just
anyone hear you
another
say that.
error.
All right, screaming people.
By the way, Ruark sends a
Screaming
reroll
people.
to Max,
Yes.
and Kaineus sends their reroll to me.
Oh
When
no!
things start
People have
getting
been so
important.
wonderful this episode.
Seriously.
Had been
Had
right up until this point.
You guys were the best.
Have been. You guys have been great. Help me punish them more. It's good for narrative. You know it. So you are.
Yeah, I
Yeah, we're
think we
proceeding
should-
after the screaming people.
Yeah, run into the screaming.
screaming people.
Yep.
Make sure this doesn't recur. Give them business cards.
You follow right in the same path the werewolf went, and you go right back into the business offices,
Yeah.
and you see people hiding underneath their desks as this werewolf just bounds around the room, knocking things over, throwing things, swiping at people.
All right, you guys handle this one. I'm not a big fan of dogs. It's a weird thing in my family.
Yeah, we can get it.
I want to pick up a chair and have my weapon, my little gun,
Your protein.
my proton pack. I want to do the lion taming thing with the werewolf.
I would like to help by sitting down and laughing.
The lion taming thing. You
Yeah, you know, you
Yeah.
have the stool and you have the whip.
Sure.
Burn
Okay,
this
let's
building
call
down.
that a
It's gonna be great.
Venkman
Yeah,
task.
we've
You-
already got a
great.
broken
This is
proton pack.
passionate
God
action.
knows
You are-
why.
Because as far as I can tell,
yeah.
traditional mechanisms don't work. You have to get creative.
Speaking of, while you're doing that, can
Yeah.
I just make sure that the proton pack that has been smushed on our fellow Ghostbusters back is not leaking chemicals that will inevitably kill us?
Yeah, you totally can.
Thank you.
You make a roll. Roll
yeah.
one die to see if this one Venkman. You roll 3 Spengler.
Okay, let
I
me
need to
science
let it
from
stand.
behind you.
Yeah, you want to roll
I
under.
want to use a reroll.
Whoa, Dark of
but I
Nate,
need to let
thank
it
you. Oh my
stand.
God, you people are insane. Thank you. I'm
Thank
so
you, Dark of
grateful.
Nate.
Thank you, Dark of Nate. Thank you, everybody tonight. Wow, I cannot imagine what we are going to do next week, but no, I can't. I actually.
We're gonna show
I
them we're
had
nothing but
Ghostbusters in
fucking
space!
gold.
Space Busters!
Ghostbusters in the 50s.
Why are you doing this to me?
What am I doing?
Oh, nothing. Just giving me ideas.
Oh, yeah. No,
so
don't worry.
that's
I got
exactly what
He goes,
So
oh,
gothic.
nothing, just giving me ideas. That's
3
what he
successes
just
to
did.
fix proton pack.
3 successes to fix proton pack. Yeah, 3 successes to fix it. That gets it done. She works on your proton pack and gets it up and running again,
it's
and you
just-
now have a functioning proton pack. Still no PK in it.
Just a cord got unplugged, it's fine.
Oh, then I can use it.
Just a little smushed.
I love the soundboard. That is all.
It's actually a full thing.
Oh.
It's in Tobin's spirit guide.
Amazing.
So yeah, you got your proton pack back. How did you do?
I could use rerolls,
You can use rerolls.
Oh, if
but
only
I
you
want to
had me.
fail.
You have 9.
Oh!
But I want like.
Yeah,
You wanna
more
fail?
I want to
than
fail
nine.
lion taming? But that's so dope!
No, if
Okay, fair enough. I mean, like,
if they
Give
want to
it a
fail,
try.
no.
I'll give it a try.
It's
Sure.
up to you.
No.
Whatever's
I mean, like-
thematically more fun
All right, you get to roll 1 again.
for you.
It's a Venkman task.
Okay.
Yeah, I do fine. Yes. I succeed. I had rolled the one number I failed at.
You know what?
All right, awesome. Let's go.
Beef, beef,
Hey,
beef.
now I get a question.
Okay. You
Oh!
succeed and you get a question.
How do I get the puppy ghost out there to be my friend?
You mean the rat?
Yeah, like I said,
They
the
won't
puppy
call it a
ghost.
rat.
But rats are awesome.
Oh, smoke beer. Thank you. Again, thank you.
Rats
Oh my
are
God, everybody.
amazing.
They're
the
my
best.
babies. I've had pet rats.
How do you get the rat to be your friend?
Yeah.
Well, that is going to be a tall task. The rat is, let's say, very loyal to its master. You will probably have to assert some sort of. You'll have to show it that you're more powerful than its
I have to.
master.
The
and
salesman has to prove himself an alpha
something to that effect.
and compete and show that they are the best.
Yeah. It's,
Offer it pizza. I heard they like that.
Sell hard.
I adore you.
All right.
Through
So
the fifth dimension and beyond.
you are
Yeah, lion taming.
lion taming that
Terrible.
thing. You are beating it. What is that? What is everyone else doing?
It sounds like that.
I was fixing proton packs.
You were fixing
so
the
I
proton
whipped my chair
pack.
back and forth.
I'll do crowd control. I'll be like, everybody back.
Okay.
This is a classic ghost busting maneuver. Very dangerous.
Roll Venkman.
That
2.
part's true.
2.
2. What are you doing? You're gonna shoot it.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it.
What is your style? Are you more cowboy or are you more? You are a Venkman-ish character. Yeah. So let's say you want to roll over your number. You're going to shoot. You can roll 3.
Okay.
2 successes for mine.
2 successes. So yeah, you are getting the crowd back.
I rolled 3 successes.
3 successes, and yeah, you shoot that
Yeah.
werewolf and you catch it in like one of those cool proton pack, neutron stream lasso kind of. It's kind of captured.
I got
and
it.
You are kind of whipping
Yeah.
at it, and the werewolf just starts freaking out. It just doesn't know where to go, and suddenly it just kind of pops right out of existence.
All right.
We did it!
Pop guys!
Hold on. That's not how that usually works, though.
Remember, we're supposed to be lying.
Oh, that's always how it works.
Yeah.
But it's not how it always works.
It's okay. No, did great.
All right. All right, you'll be receiving the invoice from us shortly.
This room is clear.
Yeah, and Martin.
Very clear.
Dimension.
At that moment, Martin Stan comes running out of the hallway, and he's like, "Where are the ghosts? Where are the ghosts, man? I totally want to see him." I guess he's a hippie. I don't know.
Busted them. We busted them.
They poofed.
We have suppressed paranormal activity within the building. Now, we can't
right.
guarantee that these sorts of things won't recur.
What now?
Well, you clearly have a haunted stadium. Which means it
It's
is
sort of a hub.
Yeah.
You tend to draw them to you.
It's you know, the paranormal topography of this particular location tends to attract them. It's going to be an ongoing thing.
Not to mention,
if you
once
want,
a place has been haunted before, it's more likely, kind of like being struck by lightning, you're more likely to be struck by lightning again.
Is that-
that is true.
Is that how that?
It's
how it works.
absolutely statistically how this works.
Architect on this building?
No. I just run the D&D game.
Got it.
All right. So
But what I
you,
would say is we will give you a discount on future ghost busting relations if you establish a relationship with us now.
Yeah, we have a
That is
page-
the kind of discount that we are not always in a position to offer, but for you, our good friends, we are loyal Angelinos and loyal Dodgers fans, all of us.
We have a Patreon, so if you that's where you get your discount.
Huh.
Just
all
got
right.
a pledge.
Yeah.
You roll for salesmanship.
Sales.
You can roll 3. That's a Venkman task.
I
You
would like
want
to
to roll
help
to
them.
help them.
Yes.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can roll also 3 to help them.
Do it. Do it, friend.
Correct.
There we go. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. There we go.
4 successes.
Yes, 4
Okay,
successes,
yeah.
2
4 successes. So, yeah, Martin is just look. I have a lot of sway with the owner here, and I'm like, I tell you, it's like I will totally talk him into taking whatever your biggest plan is. Honestly, it's like I think we need it, and you say you got rid of those ghosts so fast. I'd like, as long as they're really gone, he'll pay anything. I'm sure I can talk him into. It's like, this is great. Now, excuse me, I have to go prepare for tonight's session. It's gonna be me, and we're fighting some gelatinous cubes. And he like walks away and just sort of like disappears down like a hallway.
All right, so I had
Love
2
to
EST on there.
Some gelatin.
Yeah, you have 2 HPs. Do you have questions?
The
Yeah.
5th dimension.
How long till they pop back in?
What I will say is, they're not going to pop back in anytime soon, but they are not.
We should probably
They
check on
can
the ghost
pack.
beacon.
They will pop back in.
No, that's fine. As long as we don't leave the premises, they pop right back in, and then
Well-
it destroys the sale that I very carefully just
embarrassing.
made.
Turning off the beacon would probably help.
Did
Oh, yeah.
Did you not?
Is that still on?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, we
Is my
chased after
birthday
them.
gift still on?
No, what I'm going to say is that
There was screaming.
You've left the beacon on so long now that it has
burned
sort
out.
of burned out.
You burned the bacon.
Dang
We're
it.
gonna need another
God.
vacuum cleaner.
But at least we know what
Hashtag
that smells like.
Sampuns. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Okay, let us know what you think in the chat. You register your opinion about Sam's puns. We burned the bacon. All right. Okay. So what are you doing? You were collecting the beacon.
I'm collecting the beacon.
And what I will say is,
You fried the bacon. There we go. There's more.
what I'll say is that you guys take your beacon and you head home. And
We
you
do?
go. Yeah, you go back to
right.
Ghostbusters headquarters.
We have to analyze
and,
them?
All the, data and analysis. I need to run scans on all the ectoplasm from the 5th dimension. Maybe there's a way that we can ignite a sort of rift in our own space where we can quarantine and contain it.
Also, we didn't bust those ghosts, so
There's that.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm starting to think of this as a viable business
Leave
model,
this
though.
on the Poindexters, though.
Incomplete busting. I think this can work for us.
All right. So you want to run some
Don't
tests?
do our
Yes.
jobs. Still get paid.
I need to know how to get to the 5th
The platonic
dimension.
ideal.
What are you doing?
I will help run those tests.
I think.
Okay, you're gonna need help with them. Okay. What are you
Thank
two
you.
doing?
I have to. God, I have to do accounting and
Invoicing has to
drive
be done.
the contract.
I'm gonna say each of you make a Venkman roll. You can each roll 3 die. You want to roll over your number. This is gonna represent how
Our
you
business.
do your business savvy over the time that is about to pass.
Wonderful.
So you ready to go?
Let's go.
3 each.
Don't forget the damage clause.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yes, 2 successes. You know what?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna use a reroll.
You want 3 as
I
well.
want that 3rd one. Yeah.
There you go. That boy.
Successes.
Okay, and you were running tests and you were
Yep.
helping. So how did your
Make
help
money,
roll go?
money,
That's a
make
spend
money.
roll. And you can roll 3.
I got 1 success and a question.
Okay, well, 1 is all it takes. What's your question?
What specifically is the fifth dimension? I'm trying to figure out if there's. I'm asking if there's like a particular aspect that denotes the 5th dimension, like something very specific that often comes from it, or that we would know about it.
It's right angle to reality, right?
In this case, Egon Spengler wrote that the fifth dimension is a place where very specific kinds of ghosts live. The legends, that he has collected in the tests that he has run to confirm them say that the fifth dimension, it is like a totally alternate reality, but it's not just like, like The Flash, where you go to an alternate reality and everyone's living a different life. It is a weird, misty place that is populated entirely by ghosts. Just all kinds of ghosts, and they are weird, and they come from all times and all places. And he has heard strange things. You've never read anything about a werewolf in Converse, but he has recorded crazy things like that. He has heard tales of, we will say, strange pirates and strange, weird robot-like creatures, and he even recorded something about a very powerful vampire sorceress. None of these have names, they're just sort of vague illusions and things like that, but that is what the fifth dimension is.
So we're going to figure out a way to get there, right? Ourselves?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Just making sure we're on
Can
the
you
same
imagine
page.
setting off a beacon in there?
Oh, wait, that's what we have to do.
I know, we're going to.
Okay, good.
Because birthday.
Yeah.
You
It's the best party ever.
are running tests on,
Great, thanks, guys.
you're running tests on,
I am.
on the things you collected this game.
Yeah.
Can roll
Do
three.
I
How
get-
did you do? Oh, you got 4.
Oh, no, 4 now,
Yeah.
right? 3 ESPs and 4 successes total.
Okay, well,
Oh boy.
I love you and everything you do.
You're really good at those tests, so they're gonna
I've been
swimmingly.
preparing for this moment for a long time.
Do you have a bunch of questions?
Tell me what I learned first, then I can ask further.
Sure.
Obtain information.
You
just went way up your nose in that way.
I did.
yeah.
I really, really want it.
Using the
This is my
notes.
chance to prove myself. If I can add a chapter into Tobin's Spirit Guide and amendment in the fifth dimension, this would be the greatest moment and be so good for the Ghostbusters industry. Continue.
There could be
All right.
an industry again.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say. Some weeks pass, and over these weeks, what happens is you start noticing right after your incident at Dodger Stadium, psychokinetic activity in the city starts to pick up. The phones start ringing, and the two of you find yourself in this fierce competition to get more gigs. And
There's like 16 phones around us. Be like, I don't know, Ghostbusters.
We have a banner over us that says "Always be Ghostbusters."
Always be busted.
yeah, there's like a sales montage. You two are competing.
It's
We've got, like,
there's a
award
leaderboard.
score, right?
They've got
Yeah.
You see us go back and forth up the.
And you're doing great. The money is rolling in. You are both doing great.
Always
The-
be
the-
busted.
The
You got
leaderboard is
abs.
constantly just flipping back and forth, and you two are running your tests, and you learn all that stuff I said about the fifth dimension.
Yeah.
It takes weeks of testing, but you kind of get there, and you also weeks of testing, but you start to learn stuff about what you found at Dodger Stadium, and you sort of learn that this material, this particular ectoplasm you have, vibrates at the frequency of the fifth dimension, and that you believe
To the
that
frequency of Leonard Cohen songs.
yes, to the frequency of Leonard Cohen songs as well.
More.
Well, like how in Ghostbusters 2 they have that slime that sort of like danced to like what was it? Jackie
the
yeah,
song.
some sort of blues or soul music or something like that. This when you find when you play Leonard Cohen music for this ectoplasm, it sort of just sort of sways very slightly with the rhythm of the music.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it is fascinating, absolutely. And you begin to form a theory that because you have this sample that vibrates at this frequency, you might be able to use it to design a trap that will catch one of these ghosts.
Okay,
When the ectoplasm
So-
starts to sway.
I can do that. First question. Do I know of a way that I can trigger a sort of rift or opening to the fifth dimension using this ectoplasm? Sort of like a callback. When you dial back, that used to happen.
How do we start 69 the Ghost?
How do we start 69 the Ghost? Correct.
Nice.
You
I
think about
couldn't
the
remember.
You think about
I
the
got
problem a lot, and you do some research on it. And while you don't really know exactly how you can do this, you form a theory that there might be some way to take your ghost beacon and make it vibrate at the frequency of the fifth dimension.
I have a
and
theory.
maybe it will attract something that will open the door from the other side. But it's just a theory. It's just a theory.
We
You
need to
don't-
add
you do not know that this will
music
work at all.
capabilities to the beacon.
Oh, that would be really easy to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Download
use-
all of the Leonard Cohen songs you can find.
Oh, yeah, we can just take the boombox from upstairs. They won't.
Oh, yeah, don't tell him.
I won't.
Okay. Question number 2.
Shout out to Leonard Cohen.
How many more ghosts from the 5th dimension have escaped to our realm at this current time?
Well, I'll say at this current time there are none, because those ghosts.
None are registering? They poofed and they're actually gone?
You believe that those ghosts are able to travel back and forth.
They're just going at right
Your
angles.
dimension and the 5th dimension. Perhaps going at right angles.
But do you think that it's only at certain spots in the city where it's weak, where the between the two dimensions reality is weak?
It's an excellent theory.
Mm.
Where
Dodgers
in
are
the
weak.
veil of our space-time is the 5th dimension the thinnest? Is it only Dodger Stadium? Or are there other hotspots amongst Los Angeles?
Well, we could map the data from all the calls that we've been getting and
There we
start
go.
trying to
Excellent.
figure out, where the hotspots are
Push
in
it
the city.
together in my
Now
question.
you're thinking with the ectoplasmic portals.
I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
what I will
I
say is,
am a Ghostbuster. It's a bad one.
what I will
Don't
say
sell
is,
yourself short. You're great.
all you can tell so far is that Dodger Stadium is the only place where you're getting this energy from right now. If there's more of it in the
Alright.
city, it's not strong enough to be detected with anything that you have thrown at it yet.
Walcott, we need to make that boombox very, very loud.
Oh, that is what I can do. I'm just gonna start collecting things around our office.
Okay. On that, while you guys are doing that, and while you guys are having your sales competition, there is a knock on the door, and the door opens, and you look up and you don't see anything, and then you look down, and there is this penguin standing there, and it goes, wah, bah, 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 and it like sort of comes in, and it waddles its way into the Ghostbuster office. Oh,
Forward.
Dom, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Upselling.
Oh my god! What really?
Whoa!
Okay,
Whoa!
so to be
Whoa,
clear,
from the
in
depths
this
of the belly of the
competition
shameless
between
beast.
me and Matt, Dom is winning. Dom wins the
right.
sales competition.
You
Yeah.
get coffee.
I do not know what he is promising over there, but yes, I promise you next week will be the greatest Ghostbusters story in the history. I can't promise that, but we will. Yeah, it will be just
Clearly, you have to.
absolutely bananas. Yeah. So yeah, this penguin comes up and it reaches into its bag and it's got a bunch of messages from people. And the first message is from some red shirt who says, "Remember, if someone asks if you are a god, you say
Yes!
You dare question it?
It's honestly good advice. And Synth.
Always the same authority in any scenario.
Symphoria says, "My name is Dana, and I have confidence that you can save me. We will be after you, Gatekeeper. Keymaster? No, Gatekeeper. And DJ.
No, my father was the keymaster.
Yes, your father was the Keymaster. That's right.
It's close.
And DJ Phoenix says, "Oh, thank you,
Larissa.
Shalthea." Yes.
We'll
thank
get
you.
that.
And DJ Phoenix says, "Remember,
Shit.
don't cross the streams. You know you have the tools, you have the talent."
Oh my gosh, I love that. I've been using that phrase on this channel to talk about like referencing other shows on the show as crossing the streams, and now we are at last in Ghostbusters, where we might cross the streams.
Oh!
Yeah. And Meeting of the Night, who shakes a neutrino wand. Is this thing on? Keep up the great work, guys. Bust those ghosts. They're doing okay so far.
Not gonna even know what hit 'em.
We definitely busted not 2 already.
Well, those 2 got away, but you guys have been
busted
doing
themselves.
great in the intervening weeks. And with that, the carrier penguin heads out the door, and it turns, and it gives you a little wave with one of its flippers.
With my business card.
Ciao, penguin.
Yes, it takes your business card, actually, with it.
Very important to note.
And while we're stopping for the carrier penguin, let's do some other stuff.
Oh, shouldn't it?
Oh, fun.
Good.
So, in these intervening
that's
weeks,
swamp.
yeah, you guys are doing great. You guys are busting some ghosts. The
it's all-
containment unit is filling up with the regular kind of ghosts. You haven't come across any more 5th dimension ghosts. Gina, can I have the giant D4?
You may.
Thank you. So, the first thing we'll do is let's pick the character swap. And you will be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just our sales numbers change.
Max, you
Okay.
are about to switch characters with
Oh.
Gina.
Oh!
Do it. Give me a
Yes,
thing.
hey, hat.
Hey, nerd.
Alright.
Hello, fellow salesman.
Do you need
Sometimes the fates smile on us.
Right.
Alright, remind me who you are.
Huh?
You're a 3.
I'm a 3.
Yes, he is
Viola Jasinski.
Jerzinski, and he's a 3.
I got the name, but
And you are now Allison, Dr. Tully, Dr.
3
Allison
weird
Tully, and you are a
talk
5.
as yourself again.
Hey, oh, what?
Hey,
No,
oh,
it's
okay.
fine.
It's just
It's
a lot of
pretty much
that.
normal
Hey,
max.
okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty normal max with a little
Alright.
They're putting it on wax.
bit. Yeah.
Alright.
And okay, yeah. Also, randomly selected player is going to have a premonition. Let's get that on the table.
This is not.
It is you, Winifred. I will say one of these nights, while this explosion of ghost-busting activity and sudden great spot for your business and all this scientific testing is going on, one night you go to sleep and you have this very strange dream. What happens in your dream?
Oh, I dream about going to the 5th dimension.
Oh,
And when we go to the 5th dimension, we take the device with us, and it is much louder than it was before because it didn't have speakers before, so now it does. And I can see all 4 of us, and we're in the middle of a street, and we have the device, and it's activated, and we're just waiting to see, and there's all this mist everywhere, and we can see movement coming from all around us, but that's where the dream ends.
Sounds like plenty of things to study. That sounds
yeah.
amazing.
You have.
That sounds like it's gonna be a
Wait.
great time.
Are we gonna ghost bust like Doof Warrior style? Is that how this is going on?
Yeah.
Tooth Warrior style?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
you
guy
know,
in
the
Mad
Doof
Max
Warrior.
with the flaming guitar and the massive speakers.
Remember the
Okay.
thing I was.
Tooth Warrior. Yeah. Good
Yeah, he's
call.
actually gonna just.
Yeah, you totally have that dream one night, and you share it with your friends because you guys have a lot of time together to hang out, and you talk about your dreams because you're all weird people.
Oh, well,
you know,
that sounds so amazing.
Right?
you believe in things like the
Fantastic.
Escalation theory of the Loch Ness Monster and so on
My
and
mother
so
would be
forth.
so proud.
Yeah, so that dream
Oh,
is
boy.
on the table. Hang on, I just want to make a quick note. Visits 5th dimension.
Hello, Ghostbusters.
Turns on
Hello,
beacon.
Ghostbusters. Ginny Melnick. Hello, Ghostbusters. Hello. There we go. No? Yes. Maybe? Yeah. Okay.
Hi,
Better.
Moishi.
Sort of.
That's better.
And Rick Moranis.
And
I don't quite have a New York accent. But you can have one if you like.
Doing my level
hey,
best.
Dom, who won the cameo on command vote?
1 second.
Yeah, okay, we will find out who the cameo on command is, and we'll get to that in a second.
McNeil's gonna go check out their slides.
Sure.
It's just a lot of this.
This. Okay. Just a
And-
little this.
So that carrier penguin heads out,
They're closing.
and
Working on it.
yeah, and it leaves the 4 of you at headquarters, and you are doing your tests and you're doing your sales, and one day you get a call. It is your mother.
Ghostbusters.
Whoa, Heart of Handprints! Thank you.
Whoa.
Oh my God, I can't possibly believe what is going
Wait.
on tonight. You guys are amazing.
You mean it's not my mother?
Yeah, it is your mother. Oh, it is your mother. Sorry, character swap.
That's my mother.
Your mother, Janine Melnitz, shows
Hello,
up.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, we'll say you got like a nice big video phone that so she can sort of ominously look over you from above. And she's
Hey, Allison's mama.
you, whatever your name is.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Allison. How are you, whatever your name is, with the glasses there? How
Dr.
are
Walcott.
how are things going at our only remaining franchise?
We're doing surprisingly well. We're actually turning over quite a lot of business, and we've been busting a lot of ghosts.
Oh, really?
Handing out business cards left and right. Getting
Huh?
lots of calls. Look at all the calls.
So I could expect to start seeing some of that money rolling into the head office. Whoa, Denova! Again?
Happy to know.
Now I'm starting to get suspicious. People are giving so much money. Dom, what are you doing over
Yeah,
there?
what's being promised?
That's nice.
What is being promised?
Starting.
That is.
Did he just sell our souls to Denova?
Joke's on you, I don't have one.
We got a yes shrug.
We got a yes shrug. Yeah, thank you, Genova. Thank you, everybody. This is just a great night. You guys have been fantastic again. So yeah, and Janine.
As far as the accounting is concerned, I'm not entirely sure, but you can ask these two.
That's me. Everything's great. Once those finances are paid off and our building's good, those will be coming towards you.
All right, I'm encouraged by this news. And she calls off camera.
Rent's expensive in LA.
Louis, do we think that this news is good enough for the thing? She's And you hear just from off camera, you hear the voice of Louis Tully. It's like, oh yeah, I think they got the thing. Yeah, do the thing. And she's like, all right, you know what? I'm sending somebody over. They're going to have a new vehicle for you.
What?
We have upgraded the old Ecto 1. We weren't gonna finish it. It's been in storage, but now we will polish it up. Whoa, Dark of Nate, thank you.
I am so scared now.
I don't know what is happening.
I've never had like such wonderful things bring me such fear, except like
What's this after this?
I don't know when Eric GM's
I was
horror
just sort of behind my head. Yeah, you're good.
Do we have somebody doing the timer on the?
Yes.
Well, that's just your face.
Do we have somebody doing the timer on the bottom of the character swap?
Oh, I.
This is who I am now.
I'll set it for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. 20.
see my
Yeah,
whole
they've been
life
doing
now.
it. That's close enough.
Say hi to my old mom and dad for me.
So,
Will
yeah, you. She says, yeah, we're gonna send somebody over with the new vehicle for you guys. I am encouraged by this news. The company will incur the shipping costs, I guess I can't believe I'm gonna say this, given how bad your business has been historically, but keep up the good work.
Always be
You know
busted.
She sort of, right, and on that, just she clicks off and the screen disappears.
There are so many things we can do to that vehicle. You know how many more new things we can add to
We're gonna
it?
tear it apart immediately.
Oh,
it's gonna be so much fun.
It's gonna be way better than
When's your birthday coming?
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
perfect idea.
Shalithia sends their reroll to Max.
Oh,
Thank you.
there you go. You're building your little mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So big.
so yeah,
That's cute.
your prosperity streak continues, and I'll say over those weeks, the two of you go back and visit Dodger Stadium a couple of times, and you keep taking readings, and you get the feeling that over.
We do?
Yeah, the two of you.
Oh, okay.
Because you're the scientists, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh no!
Those two are the scientists.
Do you see the lack of beret on my head?
And
I'm
glasses
not
on
a
my face.
science.
Gina,
But here's the thing: we do not send science without business.
Gina,
Oh, you're right.
yeah, you go to as the
Right.
business liaison. Yes, that's what I
I
was
am
thinking.
the original.
Thank you.
The
Absolutely.
original
I was
talking point
testing
of.
you.
I'm holding down the
Martin
fort and definitely
Stan.
not working on my side hustle.
I've
Yeah,
got a pre-existing relationship.
Why don't
Let's go.
you guys head out to the stadium? Tell them about your side hustle a little bit.
Oh, I am
Oh.
still working. Pay no attention to the FDA investigations on Code Power Energy Blast, which is a powdered energy supplement targeted at Silicon Valley and now in LA Silicon Beach coders. Do lines of code by doing lines of Code Power Energy Blast. It is mostly placebo and maybe cocaine.
Okay, so I want you to make a roll. You can roll 3 die. I want to see how your side
Where do you
hustle
think all the
is
petty
going.
cash money came from?
It's a Beckman task you want to roll over.
I've been doing my side hustle this whole game, Max.
Let's see how it's been going. You want
That's
to roll
what the
over it.
business
It's
cards have
pretty.
been.
Yeah,
by
they're
the
Oh,
way,
you thought it was Ghostbusters.
Who gets
My
the,
darling.
Who gets the
Some
special
double-sided.
weapon?
It's just like
I haven't. I forgot that was no.
I can.
I thought you were random.
Oh, I thought I was rolling for it. I said the chat can choose, so
Yeah. Alright.
Who gets the weapon?
you succeeded
with an ESP.
with an ESP. Okay, so you get a question, and yeah, your side hustle is going great. You are
Great.
selling hand over fist. Those
Excellent.
coders are showing up. Whoa, PFW Scott, thank you. Oh my God, you people are incredible. Wow, thank you.
This is a pretty good day.
How am I going to get the Dodgers as clients for Code Power Energy Blast?
Oh, wow.
Oh no.
Get down the baseline
You would
instead of
have
lens codes.
you would have to do something massive for them to
Yes,
overlook
we can.
something as blatant as that and give it a shot.
Amazing.
You would have to
know,
like save the stadium or something.
sporadic and frequent
Understood.
drug testing of their players.
Right. If you save the whole
Maybe
stadium,
cocaine.
right? If you save the whole stadium, they might owe you.
Tell
a
that
favor
to a
that
drug
day.
test.
That's what I'll say. And
It's amazing.
yeah, so yeah, you guys.
Sand to sand, people.
Glenn McNeil.
You're good at this.
Destroying the Dodgers one brick at a time.
Oh yeah, we find out at the end. Secret Yankees fan.
So yeah, you totally get the feeling from your repeated visits to Dodger Stadium that.
Yeah, Stanny, baby.
Right. Yes, Stan is getting used to seeing you guys.
Oh,
He's
Stan.
asked you if you wanted to join the D&D game, maybe, and stop by as guest appearances. He's offered you orc roles. He's like,
Yeah.
you two. I look at
Keep
you. I
doing
see.
it. I'm like,
oh no,
I'm
he's a
used to
hippie. He's like, yeah. I look at you two, and I see orcs. Definitely orcs. Oh, DJ Phoenix, thank you.
Oh my gosh,
What's
what are
going
you doing?
on?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Thank you.
Thank you, people.
Also, what are you
it's like, I think speaks for all of us.
Born, second born.
So, yeah,
I always figured myself as a ranger type, but
Nightseed, Steve, thank you. Oh my God, that's
something is happening.
so. Yeah, what?
I don't know what it is, but it is gonna be great.
It's reckoning.
And yeah, you guys are. I tell you what. Why don't you both make a science roll?
Yeah.
You can both roll. Let's just split the difference. So you're both working together. Both roll 3.
What are we doing right now?
You are just doing tests on Dodger
Reconnaissance?
Stadium over the course of the weeks that are going
All right,
by.
I'm gonna take a different approach. I'm gonna be asking around, seeing if there's been any more disturbances and things like that. More charming.
Work the people.
Work the people. I'm working the people.
Don't work the peaks, work the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, bad Ghostbuster.
Oh right, you're the salesman. So
I'm a salesman.
Make your salesman roll. We call that Venkman. You're working the people. You make your scientist roll. You are doing the tests.
I'm gonna be doing my character sheet for Stan's game.
Oh right, yeah, you are there too. You can also make
Oh,
a
you're
science
there
roll.
too?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the nerds and then business liaison.
Right, they stay
Right.
back.
Both nerds.
Yeah, they stay back and work on their side hustle when you guys are going out. To,
Oh,
Dodger
I didn't realize it
Stadium
was
to
the three of
run
us. I
town.
thought it was just the two of us.
Yeah, so you can also make a roll, science roll. You can roll
Great.
3. It's Ghostbusting Science.
All right.
How did you do?
How many are rolling?
Fine.
You can roll 3.
Please roll a necromancy
salesman
wizard.
stuff.
Oh,
Venkman wise.
what?
is what?
Oh God.
It seems
Wow.
perfect for a Ghostbuster.
2 successes.
2 successes. So you're doing great. You are definitely moving them.
Working them
towards-
people.
Yeah,
Excellent.
moving them towards buying additional
So
services.
how's that game going?
Handing the glads.
Yeah, Stan is chatting you.
I'm just talking to all the players about their game and where they're at in their campaign.
How did you do?
2 success.
2 successes.
I
How
got
did you do?
2 successes.
Okay.
Oh man, that's rough.
I will say that, during that time, you definitely do additional tests, and you definitely start to develop, between the two of you, an opinion that something at Dodger Stadium, you don't know what it is, if it's a thing, if it's a person, what it is, something that is
Funneling in
present
fifth
or
dimensional energy.
sometimes present is wearing a hole between dimensions. It has been increasing the general amount of psychic energy in the city, and this is what has been driving your business explosion. And the city has taken notice of this, and they have cranked up those inspections. And you guys are all at home one day when you get a subpoena delivered from the buildings department, who says you have a hearing that are coming up in, let's say, a week, where they want you to prove that your facilities are safe. They have been reviewing your submitted specs, which were all submitted years and years and years ago when the place first opened up, and this new explosion of business makes them skeptical about whether or not your facilities have been being kept up. They want to be able to send inspectors, and they want you to come answer questions at a hearing.
What? It's absolutely ridiculous. Safe for who? Safe for them? Safe for me?
It's not safe at all.
Are we gonna pass
They
an
don't
inspection?
even
I mean,
know
like,
that.
look, you can get those restaurant grades A. Like sometimes you can get them, and then you look in the kitchen, and you don't want to look in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? So can we get to like that A where you don't look in the kitchen
We're gonna have to move
on our inspections?
a lot of things out of here. A
What
lot
am
of
I gonna
things.
know what they are? I
A
mean,
floor or a document.
what are
without
they gonna
me.
be able to tell me that a fusion containment unit is different from a protonuclear one? They don't know.
They don't. No.
Yeah, and it's like, why don't we say that inspector is going to come down the day before the hearing, and the 4 of you, it is going to take all of your efforts to get this place up to code before the inspector gets here if you have any kind of shot. So there are aspects to this as far as records.
I think I know a guy.
You think you know a guy?
I know a guy. He spruces places up.
I also know a different type of guy. We will call our respective guys.
Let's call our guys.
How often do they check the roof? I mean, can't we just put it all on
That's
the
a
roof
really
too?
good point. I think
Yeah.
we could just move everything up to the roof.
Yeah.
Okay. Business people, you are in charge of cleaning up the records and all the things that are supposed to be registered with the city. You
Yeah.
guys roll.
Let's install an elevator and put everything up to the roof.
It's a great idea.
Since you do not upkeep this very often, you can each roll 1 for your success. It is an event task you
Oh,
want to
boy.
roll over. It's you and you right now
Yep.
because of the body swap.
We're good for her.
You good and you are
I'm
good.
good.
All right. So
Not the first
yes,
document we've scrubbed.
that's 1 success. You succeed at
Homecoming.
cost, so both of you get those documents mostly together. It
Hey,
seems
it's not
good
accounting,
enough.
so.
It takes up a lot of your time. It cuts into your side hustle. It takes up a lot of your time. It cuts into some of your salesman time. But you basically get it done. The records are a little sloppy, but they are done.
I ate noodles today. It's a good day.
So,
Yeah.
I want to, the time where the FDA kind of looked into some stuff. I want to retain the lawyer that I retained then for the subpoena.
Okay. We will get back to that in a moment.
Yeah.
On to that. Scientists, roll. Your job will be to get the containment facility, the traps, everything sort of up to code for this inspector, who will check it against all the documents that they are registering, that the business people are registering. So do the same kind of deal. You can each roll again. It's you probably do a little more maintenance, more maintenance than they do on the bookkeeping. So you can each roll 2. It's a Spengler task. You want to roll under your number.
Roll to contain yourselves.
I can't.
I rolled 1. I rolled my number.
The exact same rolls.
You roll
Both
your
of you.
number, so
3
you
and 4.
get a ESP.
Linked. 2 successes.
2 successes, so you're good.
Will they know what they're looking at if they come and see all of our stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these inspectors, remember, Ghostbusters have been around for a while in this world, so they know a little bit about this now.
They're getting grad students in from Caltech who actually know what they're doing, but aren't getting enough money through their TA-ships and research assistantships.
In my mother's day, they used to just walk in, and it was a literally dickless man would walk in, and he would look at everything and say it just wasn't safe and leave.
It's true. That man had no dick. Yeah, no.
We've come a long way.
So, you all succeeded. Now, you succeeded at cost, you totally succeeded, and you 1 success, so you also succeeded at cost. So what I will say is... Oh, you got 2 successes?
Yeah, you rolled a 4 and a 3.
I thought I was trying to roll under.
You can hit the number 2. Hitting your number.
My number is
counts as
3.
success. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So the 4
you're
doesn't
good.
count.
So everybody succeeded. So the 2 of you totally succeeded. So the science stuff is up to par. You have broken out the original specs. You polished everything up. You have fixed everything that was broken, changed out new parts. Everything is looking good. The LA Ghostbusters is starting to look in a technical sense much better than it has looked in many, many years. The business side is looking okay. It's not great, but it is in order and everything is filed and mostly filled out and done and good.
That is a tremendous,
I
like,
sent some of the-
253% improvement.
I sent some
In
of
a
the
thing.
files to your dad.
And
He's the right guy to send these.
Yeah.
And that is the conclusion of the inspector. He comes one day and he reviews those facilities and those rules account for what happens. And the inspector says, honestly, this is great. I'm going to give you guys my highest recommendation. Good luck at the hearing tomorrow. Remember, my recommendation is only advisory. The committee can do whatever they want. But I think everything's looking great. As long as nothing happens between now and tomorrow, you guys should be fine. And he hands you the hearing ticket and he takes off and he leaves.
Well, now that he said that, something's gonna happen today.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah, that's
guaranteed something
100%
bad is
true.
gonna happen,
Something bad
right?
is going to happen.
We should prepare for the
He
apocalypse.
did leave with your. We'll just give you that. Yeah, he left with your business card. He came to inspect you, so
Good.
he would take any information you give.
Just checking.
All right, I'll start strapping everything down and making sure that the whole place is earthquake proof because, we're definitely all going to die.
Yeah.
And the next day,
Throwing business cards into the air.
So the next
Gonna
day,
need
doesn't
it.
care.
the 4 of you go to the hearing.
Yeah.
You are at City Hall in LA, and you come to a little room that is done up in government architecture. It is old and unimpressive and kind of administrative looking.
It's
And
like the
there
most
is-
accurate to LA bureaucracy I've ever
and
heard.
there is a panel of 3 judges who are sitting there. They look bored. They each have huge stacks of things in front of them, like they do a million of these cases. And you guys have to wait the whole morning. It kind of kills a whole morning. We will say right now we are about 2 months after the events of Dodger Stadium, and your lives, in some senses, have turned around a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, you all have a little money in your pocket now.
We have a car. We will have
If you have some particular goal for your money, you are starting to feel that you are attaining that goal. And you do not quite yet, but it's like you have updated your equipment and stuff, and things are going well, and you come into your hearing.
Yeah. Bored people are really susceptible to listening to pitches.
That they are.
So the bailiff calls, all right, next case, the Ghostbusters. Let's see, McNeil, Jasinski, Tully, and Walcott.
Guess Krasinski doesn't get Walcott. Typical. Every time we go anywhere, I tell you. So can I bring my friend, Mr. Lawyer? with me?
Yeah, you could. You know what? You can bring your lawyer with you. Sure.
Rules,
Why don't you
liar.
roll a Bankman roll? You can roll 2 die. I want to see how your lawyer does here. You want to roll over?
Success with 1 ESP.
Okay. Your lawyer does great. He talks up a storm, psychokinetic this, parapsychology that, backed up by science this, objective, provable fact that, and the
Charming
committee...
faces this.
Right, they're looking you over and they're like, well, those two kind of look like
Yeah,
orcs,
got
but
me.
these two, they're kind of getting into it. These civil servants who are probably bored all the time are just sort of all wrapped up in the mystery of ghosts and ghost busting and stuff, and they're really into it, and they agree, the chairman comes out and he's like, look, I'm going to be frank with you guys. The mayor hates you and has asked us to shut you down. But I am so charmed by what I see here today, I am absolutely going to issue you an extension. Let's say you get 30 days. 30 days to convince the mayor not to put us out of business.
Thanks, Frank.
I have no idea how you do that, but I am so charmed by you and this brilliant attorney you've got. And he takes the business card from the attorney. He's like, we're going to talk, sir. And on that, he says, that is the end of our hearing. And he bangs the gavel, and Ghostbusters, have a great 30 days.
I want to go by the stenographer and get a transcript of the mayor wants to shut you down. Because I feel like Rule's lawyer is really going to do good stuff with that if I need to sue the city later.
Okay, that sounds like you were trying to talk the stenographer into giving you something that they clearly should not be giving you. Is public information, but it has to go through a certain channel
It
before
does,
it comes
and
out.
the channel is me.
And
Yeah.
the channel is you. So
I would like
you
to
are
assist
a
with that.
fast-talking salesman. So this
Yes,
is
I
up
am.
your alley. Now you're not like a lawyer, so you're not an expert in this. So we'll say you can roll 2, but if you're helping, we'll see how you do. What are you doing to help?
Who is the person?
The stenographer.
I want to
is-
size them up so I
Yep.
can hand off some either weaknesses or talking points. I want to size up.
Yeah, persnickety-looking old man
Okay.
eating a sandwich like this.
All right. Oh boy, this is gonna be an easy one.
All right, roll, find out how easy he is.
Okay.
How many? 3?
Oh,
For just like sizing someone
sales
up as a
call.
mark.
Sizing
Yeah.
up. You're
Sizing a mark.
you're in salesman
Yeah.
mode right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can roll 3. You want to roll over your number, Zvankman.
Okay, tell us all about that, Mark.
2 successes, 1 is an ESP.
Okay, you got a question? You get the 3rd die.
Who does this man love the most in his whole life?
The stenographer? His wife,
Okay. What's
Velma.
her name?
Velma. Yes.
All right.
Talk to him about his wife, Velma. She's his main gal.
He'll turn into putty.
Go for it.
Metcalf, my friend, how are you doing? How is your wife? Velma, isn't it? I heard you two were trying for kids. How's that going for you?
That's absolutely correct, actually. Do I know you?
Oh, you know, you have seen me around. I've worked around the city. I have some relationships around City Hall. But no, my man, lawyer. He's been in and out of here a few times, and he told me that in particular he noticed you. And I was just hoping that, yeah.
Give it a roll.
But 3 successes,
3
1 of which is an
successes.
ESP.
Well, he's just absolutely. You've charmed the pants off this dude, and he's just.
Yeah.
You know.
Poor Velma!
Yes, but literally charmed the pants off this. No, 3 successes is a massive success, and he's just, here you go. That transcript, you can have it. In fact, here's just a copy of the whole case file, and you now have a copy of everything the government knows about you, and the
Perfect.
complete transcript of that trial. Or that hearing. Not
Legal
trial.
transparency.
Paperwork.
What would that be like?
Wow.
And
Wow.
you head home, life goes on. You start going into your 30 days, and the climb in business continues. And while that
Any
is,
famous celebrities that have called us?
yeah, absolutely. Who do you want to have called you?
I don't know. I just want to know.
Yeah, you busted a ghost for Robert Downey Jr.
Yes.
You busted a ghost for.
Don't leave any of that cocaine stuff around.
Oh, God. Maybe.
Too
Okay.
soon. No. You busted a ghost for Janelle Monáe, you busted a ghost for...
It was a pink ghost.
It was a pink ghost. You busted a ghost for...
Amazing.
She complimented our jumpsuits.
McNeil literally couldn't even go in the building without just fainting.
I fainted.
some old rock star. I don't know.
All of it.
Pick anybody you want. Yes, you've been meeting celebrities.
Keith Moon's head.
We have one of those montages where you guys are all each on the cover of magazines.
Yeah.
You guys are on the cover of like Sales and Finance or something.
Almost time. News month.
And you two.
We have a sponsored post going through Instagram.
And the two of you are on like some whatever science magazines they still
Popular
publish.
Mechanics.
Omni, Popular Mechanics, whatever it is.
Yeah, we're Popular Mechanics.
Popular Mechanics, yes. We get one of those, cool montages. Yeah, things are going great for you. And yeah, you continue to make your trips out to Dodger Stadium. And okay, hang on. One of those days when all four of you are out there.
No, it's time.
Oh.
Wait,
Where are we relative to Swapsies?
Yeah, how much longer?
Oh, Swapsies literally just finished
Swap
right now.
Wow.
Amazing.
Oh, I feel so strange and nasally.
Keep on the string.
When you're a stranger.
Alright, so one day, while the four of you are roaming around, the two salespeople doing their
So the octave floor.
Busting.
doing their
Always be
doing their
busting.
sales stuff, the two scientists doing
I
tests.
developed asthma.
There is a weird chill that blows throughout the
no.
stadium, and suddenly
Da, da, da.
one of you feels a little bit different. So,
Historically speaking, it's Megan.
one day, let's say, one day while you guys are hanging out at Ghostbusters headquarters, there is a knock on the door, and once again, you hear
I'll get
the
it.
squawk of a penguin. And the penguin walks in, and he busts out his bag and pulls out a couple of messages, and the first message is from Roxy Lou, and the penguin reads the message, and it says, "Keep being awesome, you wonderful people, you. Thank you, Roxy Lou. You keep being awesome, too. You wonderful person. And Patch Perryman, Pa Perryman, thank you. You've been incredibly generous. Stay awesome and beautiful. Yeah, you too.
1 out of 2 ain't bad?
Stay awesome and... Oh no! Yeah, no. You stay awesome and beautiful too.
We'll never be awesome.
And with that, the penguin bounces out the door, and you see him leap into the air and soar Superman style, just hero into the clouds.
I think we can monetize how magnificent and majestic that is.
I think we
Possibly.
can.
I
Yeah,
have a
catch
theory
one.
that they're from the fifth dimension as well.
You are
They've
all
just been here
Get
for so long.
on that.
because
Get
now-
on it now.
I
I'd like
know.
to
That's a
study
possibility.
that a little bit more, but
know.
it leaves so fast.
It's true, and they're always so charming when they get here. I feel rude asking to take a sample.
I'll set the net set next time.
So
Oh.
the penguin leaves, and then there is another knock at the door, and this is just a conventional FedEx guy. And he's got a package, and he brings the package, and he looks around at the four of you, and he says, "Which one of you is Dr. Allison Tully?"
Now that'd be me. Thank
Yeah.
you for saying the doctor. No one ever remembers that part.
Oh yeah, well it's written on the thing.
I know. It's always written on the thing. They know. What do you want?
Well, he gives you the package, and you sign for the package, and he takes off, and you.
Is that my multivitamins? I wanted the gummy multivitamins.
The special kind or?
The standard kind, but then the high dose of the vitamin D, like the
okay.
strawberry flavor ones.
All right, you're opening up your package,
probably
and
got
inside, what you see two things.
What do I?
First, there is this weird kind of gun-looking thing. It's got like two handles and like what looks like almost like a camera barrel going down the center. It's like sort of metallic silver, and you.
Who ordered a gun?
I mean, if it, oh.
Wait, there's a note. There's a note.
Yeah, there's a note. The note says, "Try this, a friend," and it's got a symbol on it, and that symbol looks like this.
What friend are we trying?
It's a very happy ghost.
That's a very happy ghost.
Maybe it's a friendly ghost.
Try
It's
this.
a friendly ghost! Shit, y'all, it's a friendly ghost!
Is this for me? I mean, it was addressed to me.
Oh, there you go.
No. I need to make sure that it's not booby-trapped or anything.
Yeah,
Can't
it's
just accept
important.
anything from the mail that doesn't have a name or a return
Yeah, it's also
address.
got no instructions, no explanation of what it is.
That's from FedEx. That's a Federal Express. They're federal employees.
Yeah, do you
It's a
trust the
federal
feds?
company.
Do you know what the rate is for businesses these
I
days?
trust the guns they make. What? It's not?
No, you can franchise with them.
Let's see.
Oh my god.
So you want to run some tests on
Beautiful,
this?
I do.
Writing that off
I
my
want to run
taxes
so
my
many
entire life.
tests.
All right, this is definitely a Spengler roll. You
Yes.
want to do some sciencing. You want to roll under your number. You are a ghost-busting expert, but you've never seen anything like this, so you can roll 2.
No,
Unless somebody.
but I have used. You want to help me?
Oh, yes.
Let's look at it.
You can also roll 2 since you've never seen anything like this. Also a Spengler roll. You want to roll under your number.
I did not do that thing, but I have a reroll, so I will use
Ooh,
it.
okay, sure.
Friendship reroll. One die.
I did one. I got
That's
one.
the
Yep, that's all it takes.
Right?
You absolutely get that third die.
3 successes.
Wow.
Tell us all about that gun.
What does that do?
I want to know
Okay.
everything about the gun.
You see that this gun is definitely something very special. You do some tests. You sort of you open it up. You look at the inside. You test fire it a couple of times. And what you have found is that this gun shoots out a beam of light that vibrates at the frequency of the 5th dimension.
It's a Leonard Cohen gun!
It's a Leonard Cohen gun, yes.
Hold on. What I'm worried about, though, is who sent it to us.
Future.
Clearly a
That-
majestic being.
She made a science roll, so you can't tell that. But yeah, you can tell it's like, you don't know exactly what it
Hallelujah,
does.
indeed.
Yeah, you don't know exactly what it does. You got 3 successes on your roll, but you get that whatever it does, it only does it to things from the 5th dimension.
That is the voice of an angel.
That's been
And the
smoking
power to
for
send you
70
there.
years.
Let's go.
Something really wants
I
us
don't
to
know.
go.
We need to go do something with this. I don't care what it is.
We have to
Shoot,
go to the
Glenn.
5th dimension. Remember my dream?
Oh
We
wait,
have
it
to
only
go
works
there.
on 5th dimensional things?
Oh.
It doesn't take
Well, I
us-
have been working on the. Where's my studies at in terms of manifesting a rip that is contained
That's not how it
with
works.
the ectoplasm that I was working on? Because we've been going to
Oh.
the
I'll try
Dodger
anything.
Stadium for many
Yeah, you are.
many
Your,
times now.
your studies are very far ahead. What do you want to know?
Well, I have a new toy that I want to play with, and I think that it would be time to see if Walcott's precognition dream is tonight.
You should also try shooting that at non-5th dimension things, see what happens.
Excellent point.
Everybody
can.
wants to shoot things that aren't really.
Okay, shoot
Why-
at the trash
I
can.
can't even tell who's evil because all y'all want to shoot me.
All right, you want to shoot at the trash can? Roll Venkman. You are rolling over your number. You can.
This is a
roll-
scientific test.
Scientific test? Okay, sure. Spengler.
I am
Controlled
not
conditions.
I am not a
Controlled
wild
condition.
and passionate person. I told you this, except when I get really excited about science. But then that's still carefully.
You can roll 2.
Thank you.
I love Allison Tully. Yeah, what are you doing?
I would like to roll to sabotage that.
You okay? Yeah,
We know
absolutely.
who-
I would
That.
like to roll to.
What are you
When
trying
Dr.
to do?
Allison Tully is firing the gun, to just kind of hip check the gun and see if maybe it can hit Walcott or Glenn.
Ooh, okay, I want you to roll. That is, you were trying to do something very calm and precise. That is a Spengler task. You want to roll under your number. You are possessed by a ghost who is good at making mischief, so we will say you can roll 3.
Max has an expertise in mischief all on the
Oh
toe.
boy,
How did you do?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
I got one success.
You got 1 success?
Please tell me you got 2 too.
Yes.
Okay, what did you get?
I'm under my number, so 2.
Oh wait. Did you say under my number?
You
2
were-
successes.
No, not for you.
No, not for you, for
were,
me.
You,
Yep.
I'm a calm, precise. You're.
But
or no, you're.
I'm
You were
doing
calm precise.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, so
so I got
under.
2 successes.
2 successes.
I also got 2 successes.
Make him reroll.
Okay, what I am going to say happens
Make them both
is
reroll.
you fire the gun, and he just tries to, like, accidentally bumps into you. He
Hey!
he's kind of a klutz. It's not out of character for him. You don't really think about it. And it shoots that beam, and that beam hits a metal garbage can, and it hits off the wall, and it hits you, and it hits your head. Yeah, and as it hits your head, the three of you see it sort of shakes this sort of like, and for a second you see in front of you just like quickly like just separating from Max just for like a second, you see this very weird, we will say what looks like a safari hunter. Like a ghost wearing a safari mat, you know, a safari hat, like a pith hat.
Like that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like one of those pith helmets.
Put it on.
Otherwise, it's kind of like zombie-like and demon-like, kind of pulls away from the body and then snaps right back in. But also,
Oh my god, that looks too perfect.
yes, yes.
Wear that always. Never wear anything else
you
on your
should
head.
think about adopting that for your everyday look.
It's my son now.
So
Love
yeah,
you, son.
the garbage can flies across the room and hits an electrical box, and the electrical box kind of sparks and like fire kind of starts shooting up the side of the
That's
wall.
not good.
So the wall's on fire, and you just saw a ghost kind of knocked from the sky.
That's not normal.
No, but that was an excellent test. We've learned so much in the last 2 seconds.
Wait,
I helped with that.
did the gun cause that? Or?
I don't know.
Cause
This is
what?
possible that this is a. Well, the ghost on the gun didn't have an X through it, so this is possible that this is a possession gun.
Fire!
Fire again?
Oh,
Literal fire!
Oh,
Fire.
that
yes,
thing.
fire
Yes. You want to handle that part,
yeah.
and I'll handle.
I can do that.
We gotta do another test on
I
that
want
gun.
to
Yeah, we
put
do.
out the fires!
Okay,
Possibly
you
on you?
can roll
already
a
did it on
Vitamin
me.
roll.
Yep.
You can
Try it on
roll
someone else.
1 because you have no skill at putting out fires. Yes,
No, I didn't start the fire.
Here, I'll shoot you.
it was
No!
always burning.
It was addressed to me.
All right, hang on 1 second.
Yep, we're good.
Okay, you are putting out the fire, but you are burning yourself because you only have 1 victory there. So your hands are kind of burned. It hurts a little bit. That will affect you later when you have to do tasks involving your hands and a little bit. What are you guys doing?
I would like.
They were
Walnut.
handling the fire
Yeah.
with.
Are we
But I
timing?
guess not.
Someone's timing the possession, right? Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Dr. Walker.
Yep, we are 21.
Cool. All right.
I'm
But-
also
yeah.
putting out the fire, but I've installed a system that I can start that will just pour. It's not water exactly, but it's going to stop. Yeah, it's a powder. It's going to stop the fire.
Right, you
immediately
smother it.
because-
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't always know if it's. It could be electrical fire. It could be a grease fire.
That's very true. Never
prepared for
use
all
water
these
just in
things.
case.
No.
Okay, roll 2 die to see how your fire suppression. You want to roll Spangler or you want to roll under your number?
Couldn't have activated it earlier!
I rolled 2 6s.
2 6s, yeah, your fire suppression
We
system.
have group rerolls.
Oh, maybe I'll use one of those.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. And you can only roll one of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, one of them is still a 6. That one is also a 6.
No!
Kill those
Like
dice.
I'm running mysterious.
Get you dice!
Hide the body.
Your fire suppression system, like the alarm goes off, and suddenly instead
It's
of
gonna
water
work.
shooting out of the sprinklers, fire shoots out of the sprinklers.
Oh,
and it
I
just
did the
like
wrong
kind of
one.
spreads the fire across the ceiling. Like the ceiling is now kind of on fire.
I thought that would get rid of water if we had a flood. I don't know.
They really tried the
Can only
backfire
go
principle.
Poorly.
What are you doing, Allison?
I mean, originally I was keeping an eye on you, but then it started raining more fire. So
Focus on fire.
Biggest problem
I
you
don't
have
think
right
you're my biggest problem now.
Nope.
So
Here, you help put that out. I got that.
no.
I'd like to roll to convince.
Sure. That is a Venkman task. You can roll. You are a ghost right now. You are not super persuasive. You can roll 1 die. You want to roll.
And I'm
over your
common
number.
precise. I cannot be wielded by emotion.
I want to roll over my number.
Uh-huh.
That's a failure.
That
Okay.
was a 1.
No.
You are not
Oh.
persuasive. Oh, shit. Roll another 1. You didn't
Success.
roll a 1.
Okay, you
I
were
mean,
trying to
I get
persuade
to
her
counter that,
To
don't I?
hand me the gun.
to hand you the gun. Yeah. Okay. You want to resist that persuasion. Okay. Well, you know,
This
no.
is not the first time I've been tried to persuade to do something against my better interest.
What I'm actually going to say is that he succeeds
nerd.
but he only succeeds with a 1, so he succeeds at costs. So he persuades you to hand him the gun, and you go to give it to him, and he pulls it while it's still in your hand, and you accidentally pull the trigger again, and the trigger blasts him.
Oh my.
from point blank range, and when that happens, it just hits the ghost right out of his body, and now this pitch helmet hunter ghost hovers above you all. You are
Brush that
unpossessed.
ghost right out of your hair.
Max, they have fought off the possession. You are unpossessed. This ghost hovers above you all. He doesn't
You're the
say anything.
dispossessed.
It's like this zombie. It's got veins and like kind of like
I shoot it
torn
again.
flesh. It's really disgusting.
No. I do shoot it again.
Okay, roll.
I want to kick. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to kick it into the fire.
Ow.
We haven't tested whether or not spectral energy can be affected by our sort of.
It'd be a good time
Elements.
to test it, though. We've got lots of fire.
Do you want to call it a help roll?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So why don't you roll? You're just trying to kick it. That's like a Venkman thing. It's
Yeah.
a passionate action.
I just sort of
Knock
instinctively
it
like,
over.
thing, go, bye.
You're like zooming
Yeah.
over and like knocking it over. Or
Yeah,
something.
just like.
All right.
Pop it
So we will call that Venkman. You can roll 2. How hard is it to crash into something?
Any of you
Yep.
guys feel like you had a helmet inside of your skull?
Yeah.
Yep, 2 successes with an escape.
2
That is a
successes.
really weird thing to ask.
You knock it into the fire.
You can feel the helmet inside of your head.
Ah.
Hang on. So you see it knocks clear into the fire. The fire does not have any effect on it, but it sort of turns its attention.
Does it have an effect on the fire by smothering it?
Sure.
Nice, thank you.
Part of the fire is out now. Remember, the fire is like on the ceiling. It's sort of widely spread, but it's a little more in control now. I'll give you that.
Well, now we know more.
But what I will say is that the ghost, it turns its attention to you, giving you a chance to shoot it, which gives you an extra die.
Beautiful.
This is
2,
you can
3.
roll. You're shooting with a special new gun,
Yeah.
so you can roll 3. Well, let's say 2.
2.
Cowboy
I've
roll.
had 2 shots in it so far. One was intentional, one was not.
Yeah,
But I'm
2.
starting to get, and I've also taken this thing apart. I know how it works.
No, that's right.
Okay, you can roll 3.
I know how a trigger works.
I buy that.
And you
I
thought
line
the
up
NPC
this-
was rules lawyer.
I line up the scope, and I get ready.
And you shoot the crap out of it.
3, and I shoot the crap out of it.
No more crap in the zombie.
Yeah.
It has been shot out.
You see that thing just all of a sudden dematerialize right before you, and
Anyone want to take a peek at it?
For people watching the movie,
yes.
Fire.
for people like watching the movie version, it dematerializes exactly the same way that ghost at the very beginning dematerialized back in Arthurian times when the future Ghostbuster shot it. The same kind of just vanishes away.
We didn't even have to trap it.
I think I need to run more tests.
Yep. Yep.
Fire?
Oh.
Fire!
Yep.
Ooh. What did you guys do?
Fire.
Fire!
And then fire, because fire.
Maybe we shouldn't have uninstalled the fire alarms.
Well,
The sprinklers.
I found them
around the
alarming.
power.
the fire is spreading
true.
across the ceiling. It is getting worse again. Things
Oh,
are
boy.
looking that they're about to be out of control when suddenly the garage door pulls open, like the automatic garage door just starts to come up, and you see pulling into the garage this gorgeous new white hearse with Ghostbusters symbols on both sides and all this fancy cool equipment. It's got a license plate. It says Ecto 1000 right across it, and it is being driven by Winston Zedmore. Ernie Hudson himself. Yes. And Winston pulls in and he looks up at the ceiling and he's like, "Oh, that doesn't look good. Hang on a sec." And he looks down at the dashboard of the car and he hits a couple of buttons and this cannon on the top of the car comes to life and it aims up at the ceiling and he hits this other button and it just releases this pulse, like this electrical pulse. It just and smothers the whole flame out at once.
That's what I should have installed instead.
And
I'm gonna fix that.
Can we install that?
Winston gets out of the car and it's like, "You're the Ghostbusters?"
Hello, Winston. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Name's Glenn McNeil.
I remember you.
Hey, Winston Zeddemore.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi.
Oh.
Very nice to meet you. Ghostbusting is the game. May we help you today? It's good to see an old face in here. How's it been? How's the life?
Don't call him old.
As you know, I am in charge of the Science and Technology Tactical Division of Ghostbusters, which hasn't been active in a long time, but the last project we worked on was this Ecto 1000. And I got a call from Janine, who I haven't talked to in a while, but said it was time to come out of retirement, pull the Ecto 1000 out of mothballs, finish it off, and bring it out to you. So here I am. Now this thing, it's got amazing little toys on it. That pulse cannon you saw, and it's got 2 proton streams that can actually lasso and catch a ghost remotely from the car. It has a hover mode that allows it to fly a few hundred feet in the air, although wind currents can sometimes make that dicey. You're taking your chances, but it works. And it's got all kinds of other stuff. The kinds of stuff that you guys, I don't know, might want on a Ghostbusting thing, and we'll figure out as we go. He slaps a manual down with you. He goes, there are the instructions. Make sure you
He turns
read
around. Glenn is petting it inappropriately. Just in love with this car.
Make sure you
Feel like a
read those
teenager again.
instructions very
This is
thoroughly.
the first car that my mom has ever bought me.
Oh.
He looks up at the ceiling and he's like,
Mom gave me the car.
good luck with this.
New York
Us.
kids.
I will say hello to your mom for
Kids.
you. And on that, Winston gives a wave.
Here's my card.
He takes your card.
In my card.
Take care of my car.
Oh yeah.
Our car now, but say hello to your family for me. Bye.
Licking it.
And he
Licking the
leaves.
car.
And Winston has left you with the car.
We could reorganize that.
Definitely.
Make it even better.
Gave us
Yeah,
a
we need to
car
balance that. It's
for free.
Car.
How do we
So-
declare this on taxes?
You've got the car. The ghost is gone. The fire is out.
Yes.
What do you all want to do?
Take apart this car.
Toys.
Toys.
Toys. Okay.
Also, I want to, my tests. The fifth dimension.
Okay.
The barrier.
Can we take a car to a 5th dimension?
It's entirely possible.
Can we
As
put
long
the
as we're playing-
speakers on top of the car with a proton stream that we play like an instrument? I'm just spitballing
Well,
here.
this is an excellent thing. We can start loading up the beacon and rigging it to the car so that we can fly in, blasting
Leonard
Leonard
Cohen
Cohen,
through
and
the-
just bust right through that doorway.
Yeah.
Just
And-
bust right through, cause always be busting, my friend.
Maybe that's why we
Abs.
haven't seen the rift yet, because it's actually above Dodger Stadium. So now that we can hover,
did come from
we can
the
get up
sky.
there.
Nobody looks up in this town.
No, they don't.
You never look up.
We should
This
study
is what the game master Martin Stan should have known. You never look up in a game.
So,
All right.
this is your plan. You are
Yeah,
going to.
we're rigging the beacon up to the Ecto 1000.
And then, okay, so why don't we make a science roll for that? Who's doing it?
I will lead.
You do it. Yeah, I will help.
Okay, so.
Does
you don't
licking
have
a
to say
car
it,
count
you're-
as assistance?
You're acting as a science assistant.
Yeah.
No.
We're doing equal amounts of work. I'm
I
just
do it
leading the
anyway.
roll.
It's spending
We're not
cash. You can both roll
You're
three. You can both roll three. To spend.
Beautiful.
You want to roll under your number.
I got 1 success and my number.
Beautiful.
So 2 successes, I guess.
All right, yeah. So that works. You get the 4th die. Oh, you got your number. So you get a question.
I do.
What's your Whoa, Tinksy!
What is happening?
Oh god!
Wow, Tinksy, thank you so much.
I need to capture another soul just to sell it. Like this is clearly what's happening, right?
Yeah.
Fine.
We need to bring
capture a soul.
Ghosts back from the 5th dimension, put them into us, and then sell them to our chat.
What are we at? What's the
Amazing.
total
What
right
is the
now,
total
Dom?
again?
710.
Oh my god, what?
Wow.
710.
That's awesome.
Wow, you guys. Tinksy, everybody.
From my ghost-busting heart, thank you so much.
Yeah, I just cannot thank you enough. Cannot imagine what Dom is promising in exchange for all this.
I really don't
Holy
want
moly.
really don't want it.
Absolutely. Yeah, next week is going to be bananas. I promise. So,
That's 4 successes from me.
yeah, you fit that beacon onto the car. It is back there. It kind of looks awesome. You know, it's got this kind of Ecto 1 Back to the Future, cool, like equipment on the outside of your car thing look. And you are figuring out, I'm going to say you guys do so well at that. You are sort of figuring out the ins and out of the car. And you got the feeling,
There are so many buttons.
yeah, you get the feeling you might be able to work this thing
We're
out.
pressing most of them.
Yeah. You're my control subjects. You're finding out what all the buttons do.
So,
I'm going to assume that's a good thing.
This one makes it fly. We're definitely inside.
so what do you want to do? You got your car, you want to go test out this beacon? Is that the deal? We're heading for the stadium?
Yeah. I
Where
wanna
in town are
see-
we again?
Where do you want to be in town?
Imagine we're like near Silver Lake.
All right.
Italian.
Oh,
But,
are we
like-
just gonna skip all the traffic on the 5?
Yeah. We gotta be near
Just-
Dodger Stadium.
Just
I'm not-
can we just
Our
appreciate that that's happening?
Yeah, I imagined our building was near like cheap parts of Silver Lake.
All right, you are in
the
Silver
crap
Lake.
parts of downtown. Like the industrial
Okay,
parts
sure.
of downtown.
Yeah, that's
Wherever,
nice. That's
like-
nice.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay.
So we got,
Around Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
Yep, I got it.
You
yeah,
are
you
in
just
one
shoot
of
it
the
one time.
industrial parts of
Yeah.
downtown. It is crazy traffic right now, like it always is in LA, but that is no problem for you because as Saving the Day from the Ghostbusters soundtrack roars to life, bum 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 bum, you guys just kind of pull up and fly into the air, all in this Ecto 1000. Things are a little rocky at first. In fact, I want to see who's flying.
I will fly.
Okay, you are flying. That's a little bit of a cowboy move because you don't know what you're doing. So,
Alright,
because
I
they
can
read the book.
assist with instructions.
You're going to assist with instructions. So why don't you roll a
you get car sick?
Spengler task? You can roll 2. You want to roll under your number to explain what you know. You.
I know
want-
the shit out of this instruction.
All right, instruct me, my scientific doctor friend.
So now
Right.
you can
When
roll
you
a
hit that button,
Venkman task.
pull that lever and twist the knob up to 12. Definitely 12. Don't make it less than 12, otherwise we will hit bad things.
12. So you want to roll a Venkman task? You can roll 2 now. Or you want to roll over your number?
Nope, not
Which
in
is
the
it,
designated rolling area, unfortunately. But still 2 successes.
Yeah, except
2
I'm spending 2 rerolls.
Damn.
Yeah!
Wow. Okay. I guess the fates just wanted to happen. Yeah. You. With
I cannot be denied this drive.
With instructions from Dr. Tully,
literal drive.
you fly that thing like a dream. In fact, it's kind of fun. You guys are blasting some cool music. What are you listening to?
Well, we're gonna listen to Leonard there.
You're listening to
And
Leonard.
at the
Yeah.
time, I want to put together like a nice playlist.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
only
It's
do
okay,
19th century
guys.
Italian opera.
You pull over Dodger Stadium and you circle a couple of times. It is empty. There's no game going on now. It is a clear, bright day. Why don't the science people each roll 3 on a Spengler task to see? You're gonna scan the area, see what you find.
3 successes.
3 successes.
2 successes.
All right, that's great all around. So you are working all the scanners and the and the sensors in the thing, and it's got a big giant PKE meter. This thing is just outfitted beyond belief, and you sense that the level of psychic kinetic energy, particular fifth dimensional energy, is particularly high right here. It is peaking in a way that you have really only heard connected with major events before. You have seen these kind of readings in Egon's notes under what he registered before the Gozer attack back in New York in the 80s, the Vigo attack, and when the Ghostbusters fought Cthulhu shortly after that. It happened in the real Ghostbusters. Look it up.
True.
Just their greatest enemies registered this kind of energy,
boy.
and you are getting that.
This
right
kind
now.
of concentrated psychokinetic energy can only lead to one major event, and I think we're right in the center of it.
Oh, we're gonna bill for this.
Very exciting.
Okay, so you swoop in,
Yes.
and okay, what do you guys want to do? How do you want to run this test? Do you want to land?
We should hover
Do
in
you
the
wanna hover?
air and see if our theory that the thinnest part of this veil is up above the stadium.
I hear hover as do sick donuts.
Do sick donuts? Okay.
Air donuts.
You start
approved. Get all of
doing
the-
sick air donuts,
Get all the Leonard Cohen waves going in every direction.
and Leonard Cohen.
We don't know what angle this dimension's at.
It's true. Yeah, you were playing
Right angle.
Hallelujah. What did Leonard Cohen read?
Yeah, which Leonard Cohen song would be best for this, you think?
For doing
Everybody
doing
knows.
donuts.
Well, for doing donuts while simultaneously possibly opening up the 5th dimension.
Well, actually, Suzanne might be nice.
Okay. I like
All
that.
right.
Yeah, that's like about like connecting with people, but also like going on journeys.
Ooh, I like that.
And is
Whoa.
also sort of about death.
Ooh, I definitely like that.
Same.
Which will not happen to the salesman. Nope. Nope, we have no idea what you're talking about.
You are playing Suzanne by Leonard Cohen. It is blasting through your speakers. Why don't we make a roll to see how this beacon does? Who is operating the beacon?
Well, I guess it's my beacon.
It's
so
your
it's
beacon.
me.
Sure, you are an expert on it. It is a Spengler task. You want to roll under your number. Are you helping at all?
I will help.
Okay, so that is also a Spengler task. You can roll 3 because you are also, this is Ghostbusting Science.
Light the beacons.
You get an
Gondor
extra die.
calls for
I
aid.
get an extra die. I only got 1 success.
Reroll. We don't
Okay.
want this to complicate.
Zero. Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Yep.
Yep, full success.
There we go. 2
There
successes.
we go. That's
2 successes. So that beacon cranks up to life, just like you said before, starts whirling and blaring and stuff. And you are doing those donuts, and the beacon is doing its thing, and Leonard Cohen is playing. And as all that is happening, this cloud of mist starts to form over Dodger Stadium slowly, as if something is happening. The hole seems to be like pulling open in the sky a little bit. And as the hole pulls open, a figure drops down out of it. This vampire sorceress just comes out of the sky, hovering on these kind of balls of purple light, and hovers before you and looks at the four
I
of you.
roll down the window. Stick my head out with the gun.
She just hovers there, looking at you very curiously.
Hello? Vampire ghost thing? Are you from the 5th dimension? Scan.
Where?
Sneak.
Man, just over there, her shoulder with the business card.
Yeah, I needed it.
Ghostbusters.
Thank you.
Okay,
West Coast
needed
branch.
you roll a Venkman roll. You are trying to communicate with it,
I
right?
am.
So you can roll 1. You want to roll over
He's
your number.
assisting with charm.
And you are you
Yeah.
are assisting. So you can also roll a Venkman.
I
You
need
can
it.
roll 3 because it's assistance and you're
Spinning.
I got you.
You got it, buddy.
Success.
Yeah. The vampire looks at the card
Yes!
and then looks over
Like
at
a
you.
mouse!
Oh,
Two
success.
successes, one is a question.
Whoa!
Okay.
He
Up and new!
What is your question?
what was the lady saying something?
The lady says, "Where is it?"
All right. Well, hello. What exactly are you looking for? We are here to help. That is what we do. You are a ghost. Technically, we serve the other way around usually, but in this case, I think we may make an exception. What are you looking for? What are they looking for?
Okay, I want you to do another Venkman roll.
You have learned.
You've done well with her.
Yes.
You're going to do another Venkman roll. You can keep his help from before, so you
Okay.
can roll 2 again. You want to roll over your
Well,
number.
no, that was my question, but
Oh, that was your
The ESP.
question.
the ESP
Right.
question.
Okay.
You can make me roll
But,
for
like,
it. Something
diegetically,
super
yeah.
important.
Okay, yeah, no, that was your question. I'm sorry, right. Your question is... Say it again.
What are they looking for?
What are they looking for? She looks at you and she hovers for a second and looks at the 4 of you and then looks at sniffs at the air and then looks at you again and... Excalibur.
The movie or the object?
Yeah.
Okay, now you have to roll. Communicate. You want to roll over your number, you can roll 2 because you're keeping the help from before.
Yep. Get one more shot. Then you have to take
I'll
the
take
out.
it. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Do a new die.
I'm doing a new die.
All right, I got our backups if we need them.
I don't.
Nope, you take the L.
I take it.
Okay.
All right.
And with that, she...
I think she's offended by my question.
Well, it was a
You were too aggressive, although I like your style.
Oh, I thought it was really straightforward.
She says,
Point.
I know it's here. And she pulls back and she flies up into the air and she sort of waves her arms. And behind her, this giant, that's the possession
Oh.
alarm, but we're
Okay,
get there.
I knocked that.
Yeah,
I
this
shot it.
giant sort of red sphere, glowing, crackling with ghostly energy, sort of appears above her. It is 150 feet tall.
I want to
wide.
shoot at it for science.
Before you get the chance to do that, that bubble pops.
Oh.
And what you are looking at is a giant ghostly dragon. The dragon has skeletal wings. You can see its insides. It has no skin. Its bones are showing. It is really frightful thing, and it is now right standing in the middle of Dodger Stadium, and it is starting to swipe at the air where your car is hovering.
We need to lead it away from the stadium.
Yeah, into the city.
Into the sky.
Oh, better idea. Yeah, I like that.
Head for the ocean.
You are driving.
I wanted to say, I know where you can get Excalibur.
To the sorceress?
Yeah.
Alright, you can try shouting
Make the
that.
dragon go away.
Oh.
We're in LA. Props.
This is a fact.
Yeah.
But that led into my question, movie or the artifact. She just got
Yeah,
mad
but-
at both talking.
But I don't need her to make that distinction.
Oh.
I'd like to
How
just
many do I roll?
poke my head out the window.
This is salesman stuff. You can roll 3, absolutely.
I'm giving her what she wants.
Yeah, you were yelling to her, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay, what I will say is, you start yelling to her, and she is straining to hear you, but the dragon is already there. So while that is going on, the dragon swipes at your car, and it hits the car, and the beacon that had originally worked is just smashed to pieces.
I'd like to poke my head out the window and just yell to the lady and just be like, "Ma'am,
And
there are no pets allowed in Dodger Stadium unless this is a service animal. You're going to need to provide paperwork. I'm going to have to ask you to leave."
They don't have to provide paperwork, but they do have to.
Okay.
I also don't work for Dodger Stadium.
Why don't you roll for that? It's a Venkman task. Also, you can roll 3. You want to roll over your number.
Successes don't matter. Your
You need to at
beacons will
least
be
be wearing a
destroyed.
vest.
2 successes
It
and
doesn't need
1's
to
an
wear a
ESP.
vest. It doesn't?
No.
Okay,
Not
you, got,
literally.
you got a question?
No.
Okay.
No, I think we're
Yeah,
good.
We're clear on the situation.
But
The sorceress-
This sucks. I get it.
But between the two of you, the sorceress hears what's going on and puts a hand in the air, and suddenly the dragon stops moving. Just sort of freezes above the stadium, and it says, "Bring me the sword." And she just hovers there.
I still want to know what will happen if I shoot something from the 5th dimension with this gun.
Okay, you want to shoot? What are you shooting at? Her or the dragon? Yes.
I mean, I want to do the dragon, but I mean,
Look,
she
you're-
summoned it.
Easier target.
Yeah, it's an easier target.
Go with whatever your low
Technically,
impulse
I wanna
control
see what it'll
science
do.
heart wants.
I do. I want to see what the effects are on a ghost rather than a vampire. That's a whole separate subject that I don't have any data on yet. So I need
Start with a more controlled.
a more controlled subject, the dragon.
Okay.
It's always good as a social character to see everything ruined by someone shooting at it. This is the best possible thing ever to happen always.
It is great.
I will
What if it
say,
just disappears and then we go get the gun?
I was. You were shooting at the sorceress, the
No, the
dragon.
dragon.
You are behind the wheel. Is there anything you want to do steering wise to try and?
Absolutely, I want to steer into a maneuverable position for my friend's low impulse control.
All right, that is a Venkman roll. You want to roll over your number, or you can roll 2.
Hey, I was given a gun by chat. I'm gonna
2.
use it.
All right,
Full success.
2 for success. So you can roll 3 now.
Okay. Which one is this? Because it's
Oh, this is a Venkman task. You want to roll
Oh.
over your number. It is your number, Allison.
over
is
my
5.
number. Ugh. Oh boy. Ah! I
Alright.
got one.
And you got a question, right?
And I get a question. How fast am I gonna get eaten by this dragon since I just shot it and there's a complication?
They all good. Why? Why?
What
There's my question.
all right, you shoot the dragon with
There
the
was
gun.
no hope of success.
The dragon absolutely just rattles in pain. It seems to just wobble its whole being. It sort of phases in and out of existence a little bit.
That
Very
works.
interesting.
Swipes at the car angrily, and when it does, it hits the part of the car that you are sitting in at the source of the beam, and it just absolutely just
Rips me out of the car.
rips you out of the car, and you fall to the ground. And I will say,
Hey, new car.
yeah, you
Hey, old friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Insured.
you are absolutely out cold right now. The car is damaged. It is lilting, but that dragon
How far
is
did I
not
just fall?
happy. I'll say
20 feet in the air? How high
Yeah,
in the
that's
air
a
we are?
terrifying thing to not have a dex save.
Yeah.
let's say like you fell like 25 feet or so. You guys were doing a maneuver, so you're not dead. Don't worry. You were.
It's all good.
I'm
I have a
so
chair on site.
Sorry, nobody dies unless I say so. You can't die by rolling. So it's like. Yeah, you are just out cold.
Yep.
And I will say that you
Shot
are
the dragon.
You
you
did
are
shoot
in
the dragon.
bad shape, which will affect
That's
you.
the most
on,
passionate I've ever been in my whole life. I say as I fall.
Now
Science.
you succeeded on your roll, trying to convince the sorceress that you would bring her Excalibur, and she is still just hovering in the air, doing nothing.
Alas, since then, a friend swiped my dragon. A dragon swiped my friend. Shush. And any pretense I have had of solving this diplomatically has gone out the window. I no longer have any interest in this thing. I am not selling. I am not pitching. I am not doing work with this client. We have the right to refuse business, and I am refusing with violence with my friend's gun.
Says on the card.
I'm shooting it right out the window.
Okay, that's a cowboy roll. You're shooting at the sorceress?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that is absolutely a cowboy roll.
Yeah.
You have not touched this thing yet. You can roll one die. It is a Venkman roll. You want to roll over your number.
Yeah, fuck you, dragon lady.
No.
Yeah, fuck you, dragon lady.
No.
Yeah, fuck you, dragon lady.
I'm saving the last one.
Yes!
The moral of this story is, fuck you, dragon lady.
I tried. Yeah, you absolutely blast the dragon lady. She writhes in pain, and then she tries to fight off the beam that you're shooting at her. It's kind of one of those things where your beam pushes
Yeah,
at hers,
she's trying.
her beam pushes back. It's going back and forth. While that is happening, from out of just nowhere, the werewolf and the rat creature sort of rematerialize, and the werewolf goes to attack you, and the rat creature goes to attack you.
Don't hurt
You
my
are
future
still
pet.
just unconscious.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm safe in this fight.
You are fighting. What are you doing?
I would like to hit the pulse beacon on the car.
Okay. It
No,
was
not
smashed to
beacon.
bits.
No, the one that Zedmore
The
used
one that
to.
put out the
Oh,
fire.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, absolutely. That
But
The
is
car
the
has been
factors have-
re-rigged with Leonard Cohen, so
roll Venkman task. You want to roll over your number. You can
Dice
roll,
are loaded.
you can roll one die because you are not super familiar with this car.
This is a Venkman
Everybody
roll?
rolls
What are you
their
doing?
fingers crossed.
Well, I want to try and shoot at the werewolf with my
Proton
proton
pack?
pack and see if I can move it up to where the rift seems to be open and move it back into the rift.
Okay. You
Take
can
the bikini
also
bottom and push it
roll-
somewhere else.
Call that a Venkman roll. That's a kind of cowboy thing. You're using your proton pack. This is your familiar weapon. This is not something you do a lot. Let's say you can roll 2.
Okay.
Was
I'm
this a
trying to
Venkman or a Spengler?
For you, that was a Venkman because you were trying to just
Yeah.
push a button.
I'm
Up.
trying to roll over or under.
You are trying to roll over.
Take the.
Oh, then I got 2 6s, so I did.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
You-
You rolling a lot of 6s.
I know, I don't know what now.
You totally lasso that werewolf and you start picking it up off the ground. It is a ghost. I mean, the werewolf is not a werewolf. It's like a ghost werewolf, and you are picking it up into the air right by where that rift is. And
I flubbed my shit, so I'm gonna take the reroll.
Technical term.
Yeah. No, that's.
Professionals. At
All,
something.
all role players are taught that in role playing school.
Hey, there are classes now.
Yeah.
Yay! Always be bustin'!
I nailed my shit. That's
All right.
also a technical term.
Days!
You absolutely hit that button, but you only have one success, and you are battling with the sorceress.
Yeah, I am.
That dematerializer beam is battling with her magic, and you have a proton pack in the air, and all of these streams kind of cross.
Shit.
The pulse hits the proton pack, which
may
hits
have
into the
gotten
dematerializer beam, and
Always
they
be
all
busted,
just
son.
kind of explode into this flash of light, and suddenly you find yourself in a very dark place surrounded by mist. Part of the ground
I've
at
seen
Dodger
this.
Stadium has beneath you. It's been transported with you. You have seen this. You've seen this in Egon Spengler's drawings, based on what he thinks the fifth dimension might look like. You see emptiness. You see mist. You see, off in the distance, the silhouette of a building. It is very large. You can't really make out a lot of detail. It seems to have some kind of spooky looking clock tower on it, but it is way, way, way off in the distance. That pulse that you set off took the whole floor of the stadium with you, the whole of the grass, and it took the car with you, and it took the beacon with you, and the pulse just electrified the whole part of the car, and it started up that beacon again. And you start getting this very familiar feeling like you have been here before. You've seen this somewhere, like in a dream. And like you said, in your dream, the beacon starts to work and it puts out a signal. And you said from the darkness around you, shapes sort of start emerging. The vampire sorceress hangs in the air. She is still caught in the beams that you are still holding on to. The werewolf, the flying rat creature, they are all just sort of caught up in this swirl of stuff. And the sorceress, what did you get again on the battle? How many victories did you have?
As many as I had access to, which was one.
Which was one, okay. Eventually, your beam overcomes the sorceress and it hits her, and she starts to kind of like rip apart a little bit. You know, she's struggling to hold on. And as she does that, the dragon, whatever was left of it there, just like pops out of existence, like right behind her. And the werewolf and the rat creature see where they are in the mist, and they sort of sniff at the air around them, and they kind of get a little emboldened, and they attack you. I'm gonna say the werewolf creature charges you.
I would like to defend with Leonard Cohen.
Go for it. You dive for the
That's
car.
the name of the gun, by the way.
Oh, that's
Nice.
the name of the gun?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I thought that's what you meant.
Nope.
That's
You,
the name
by
of
the
the
way,
gun.
are
Leonard.
starting to come to. Your head is coming up. You feel your shoulder. It is broken and hurting quite a bit.
Oh, which shoulder? My gun arm or my not gun arm?
You're not good armed.
Dang it.
So you are trying to attack with Leonard Cohen music. So you dive at the car. This is a Venkman move. You can roll 1. You want to roll over your number.
May I make an argument for more than one?
Okay, sure.
Everybody knows that we're in trouble. Everybody knows what we've been through. From the bloody grass within the stadium to the beach of Malibu. Everybody knows it's coming apart. But that fucking dragon hit my heart before it blows. Everybody knows.
It's amazing. Oh my God! All right, yeah, that'll buy you 2. You can roll 3 for that.
Hell to the yes.
All right,
Fuck you, dragon lady.
and you hit that
3
button,
with an
and
ESP.
everybody knows starts
That's
blaring.
what made me come too.
and
There's
as
such beautiful singing.
yeah, you hear Leonard Cohen as you wake up. As the music starts blaring, the werewolf just recoils in horror and starts just running off into the distance.
Yeah, I sing that bad. Run away.
The rat creature circles above just sort of watching, and then when it senses things are going badly, it starts to fly away
Bye, future friend.
towards the building with the clock tower. Then those ghosts surrounding you start to close in. The circle is getting tighter.
What did I miss? Did I get the dragon?
Get in the car.
Oh.
Get in the car, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car.
Oh,
We
okay.
entered a dream.
Yeah. Oh.
Right,
oh
so none
no.
of this matters, it's a dream.
Where's the door?
I don't think that's how it's gonna work this time. Yeah.
We don't have a door.
Doors are more trouble than they're worth. Trust me. They'll just pat you on the head.
Okay.
The sorceress, who is just barely holding on to her form, looks down at you and sensing it is all over, she looks up and she says, "I'm sorry, Primeval." And with that, she explodes in a powerful blast of light.
Seemed like subprimeval to me.
And when she explodes, like, the force of that explosion is absolutely crazy. Everybody roll a Venkman roll to see if you get out of the way. You can roll one die. You want to roll over your number.
I'm in a car. Can I, like,
Can we try and
do a
grapple it?
flying barrel roll?
You're just gonna try and blast from the car. Whatever your easiest way out is. How did you do?
Yes.
No?
I rolled another 6, so
So you're good?
yep.
You're good?
Yep.
You're good?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm in this side where there's no door.
No! Not again! No, I refuse. No.
I don't have any rerolls.
No, the force of the explosion is just too much. It absolutely crushes the car. The rest of you get out, but I am afraid you are dead.
Take care, let her go, and tell my sister and my family I love them.
My science friend!
And as the sorceress's magic disappears, all of a sudden, the light starts coming back, and you come back to our dimension. You were pulled back. Whatever was holding you there dissipated with her explosion, and you suddenly find yourself in Dodger Stadium. Your friend Allison is dead in the car. The car is absolutely crushed. Dodger Stadium has been trashed by a giant dragon. Things are not looking good.
Siri, how do I destroy every creature in the 5th dimension?
Siri responds, doing Google search for 5th dimension.
Reference Tobin's Spirit Guide.
Reference to Open Spirit, yeah.
There's an ad to the app.
And I'm just gonna, we're getting close here, I guess. I'm gonna start epiloguing here a little bit. Here's what happens.
I started drawing up massive
Yes, Drew.
damages bills.
So massive.
Well, in fact, business people,
Yeah.
the city comes down on you like a ton of bricks for this. There is a death on your hands now. Dodger Stadium, pride of the city, is not in ruins, but is not really usable at the moment, and that is the kind of thing the public notices, politicians hate. The mayor, the mayor's office had given you a 30-day extension, is absolutely apoplectic. Business people, I want you to, thank you. Business people, I want you to roll, which one of you is going to try and talk the mayor's office into going lenient on you?
I can't do this right now.
I got it.
All right, you can use your Venkman skills. Roll 3 die. You want to roll over. Let's see how this goes.
I've let myself
2 successes.
2 successes. What do you argue to them? They're basically saying you guys are a menace. You belong in jail. We should be shutting you down. We should be arresting you all.
What I'm going to argue is that we all know historically that Ghostbusters are not a cause of ghosts, that
Very
hauntings
nice.
exist everywhere. Dodger Stadium is clearly the crux of a massive amount of paranormal activity. Without us, we are talking about potential deaths on a stadium-wide scale. We are the only thing that even prevented that giant ghost dragon from rampaging across LA. Shutting us down means you're exposing the city to massive, massive damage and catastrophe.
Well, you rolled 2
If I was
successes.
alive, I'd be so happy.
Yeah, but you're not alive.
I'm not.
You rolled 2 successes, and what I will say is, yeah, they're just not having it. The city just comes down on you like a ton of bricks. But your two successes keep the three of you out of prison because they were really thinking about prosecuting you for negligence or for, let's say, involuntary manslaughter in the death of your friend. You escaped that, but your Ghostbusters unit is totally closed down. What I will say is, Walcott, your goal was to see weird things. And you saw some weird ass shit.
Yeah.
A vampire sorceress, a ghost dragon, you went to the 5th dimension, you had a premonition dream. You have seen some bizarre things. But you have also seen a friend fall. And you know what? You have decided that maybe you've seen enough and you should go do something else now. And this is too much for you, and you decide you are giving up the paranormal investigator life. What do you go do after that?
I
you
don't
think?
want to lose any more friends. I'm going to go work in a school. I'm going to teach people, and I'm going to teach them to not mess with paranormal things because it's dangerous and your friends die.
Yeah, that's what happens. You go off and
Harvard
over.
University has a couple of things that you could get involved in. I say from the grave.
I think I remember Allison
Busted.
telling me that.
Yeah, you go back and you get a job at the university, and I will say over the next couple of years, that is where you solidify yourself as a teacher, teaching people to fear the paranormal.
Yes.
And what do you think the two of you do over the next couple of years? You can't be Ghostbusters anymore. What do you think you're doing, Max?
I would probably.
Sorry,
Jasinski.
Jasinski.
Since my goal was to get dangerous tech to use on missions, preferably from the federal government, I think I would probably try and work in government sector paranormal work. That I would try and shift over to the public sector.
Yeah, and that is actually what you do over the next couple of years. You find yourself moving into the public sector, taking government contracts to do weird stuff that the Army does concerning paranormal research, the kind of things people tend to laugh at in main sources. Yeah. But yeah, perfect for you. And what about you, Glenn? What do you do over the next couple of years?
I've got a good chunk of change now from my side hustle. I'm going underground and I'm gonna learn about ghost busting for real, and I'm gonna get revenge for my friend.
Ooh, I like that, yeah. You go underground and you start an intense training program studying all the materials left behind by the original Ghostbusters, by all the people who have worked before you, by your friends, studying all their materials. You are on a mission. So let's get to the end
You all
here.
find hidden birthday presents for the wrong days in all of your rooms, hidden in things throughout the years.
So
10 years old.
hang on. So finish this off here. Yeah, like 2 years later, it's 2015. Ghostbusters is long gone. You are all in the new lives that you talked about. You, Jasinski, you are in your home one day. And you are doing some work on some of your government paranormal stuff. And suddenly around you, there's this sort of swirling mist. And you kind of don't know what's going on. And suddenly, out of the mist, you see the ghostly head of this woman who almost kind of looks like Morticia from the Addams Family, kind of just for a second comes at you and disappears in the mist, then comes out. You are scared, you are jumping around. It seems to be coming at you. It looks very angry with ill intent. And then all of a sudden behind it...
You're like an 11, I need you like a 2.
Yeah. All of a sudden behind this thing, this big swirling blue portal opens in the middle of just the room. And it opens, and out of it, this beam comes shooting, and it hits that ghost, and the ghost just, again, like screams in agony and dematerializes right before you. And you look up, and 4 figures step through the portal. Let me describe what you're seeing. There are 2 guys. One of them kind of looks like blonde hair, blue eyes, like a young Robert Redford, and the other one's kind of young John Belushi. He's kind of sloppy, slovenly. He's wearing like aviator helmet, glasses, on his head. They are both wearing uniforms that are kind of like yours. Like your old ones, but lack the symbols. Instead, they all have this symbol on it. And standing behind them are two people. One of them is that woman from the beginning, the blue-skinned woman in that fancy high-tech future armor. And the other one is an 8-foot-tall gorilla who is wearing a fedora, smoking a cigar, has a big giant backpack on, and is wearing pants. And they stand there looking at you, and they say, "Whew," the young Robert Redford says, "You're lucky we got here in time." And he takes a business card out and hands it to you and goes, "We're the Ghostbusters, and we need your help." And on that, we will see you next week. That is it.
Oh my god!
Thank you so much for joining us. This
So
has
sad, so sad.
yeah,
That's amazing.
I am
You
deep.
died.
I died.
you died.
This is the first time I've died in these games, guys.
I know!
We've had people die. Doesn't happen a lot, but you died.
I know. You guys get to hang out with a ghost-busting gorilla.
I'll take
My
notes.
best friend.
So, first of all, I'd say, John tells me we hit 666, the goal of 666. Everything.
Yeah.
No, I think
Hail the
that's
fifth
actually-
dimension.
Yes, that is actually kind of appropriate, I think, for this game especially. There was a little something evil in the air tonight. And you will not be back with us now. I will call on somebody else, a backup Ghostbuster for next week when we
give me
pick
back
up
the suit.
2 years later.
I don't wanna.
So, where do we go from here? Why don't you, starting with Max, tell the good people where they can find you, plug your projects, go.
Right, hi, Max Isaacson. You can find me on the socials at Brosis Movies, like Brother Sister Movies, and you can see my directing work at brosismovies.com.
Hi, you can find me on Twitter at Tchaikovsky, ChaiKovsky. You can find me along with the delightful Gina DeVivo on Mondays every week. Plunders and Blunders podcast is released. You can find that wherever fine podcasts are distributed, as well as on Fridays with that same delightful humanoid from 4 to 7 p.m. on Geek and Sundry for Shield of Tomorrow, as well as occasionally on Behind the Shield on Alpha, the Shield of Tomorrow after show that I host.
Beautiful.
Yes, you are.
You can find me at Pocket Gina and all of the lovely things that Sam just said. And also Wednesdays at 9:30 for Weave Society and Champions of the Earth podcast. Also where fine podcasts are distributed.
Yep.
All great stuff.
Hi, I'm Megan Caves. You can find me on Twitter at Megan Caves. It's MEGHANCAVES. You can find me here on Saving Throw this Friday for season 4 premiere of Wild Cards. Dom is also on that. That is our Savage Worlds Deadlands Reloaded show. And
It's awesome.
There will be a recap coming out for season 3. There's already a recap for 1 and 2, so if you are brand new to it, you can pop in right now.
It's
And
got
we
the best opening credits.
Oh yeah, and hot tip, there might be some new fancy things in the credits, so you should probably tune in for that.
Heather approves.
Yes. You can also catch me before that on Wednesday for the second episode of our mini campaign, It's Always Cloudy in Barovia. It is D&D. It is set 100 years after the death of Strahd, the Curse of Strahd. So if you like, vampire horror-y things, check that out. And you can also find me and Gaurav Gulati and Jordan Caves Callerman on our podcast Experience Pointers. You can find us on Twitter at EXP Pointers Pod. We talk about GM stuff, RPG stuff, and if you back your Patreon Saving Throw show $10 or more, you get it a week earlier than everybody else.
It's easy for you.
That's a good deed.
So before we wrap up, Sam, you had a secret objective. What was your secret objective?
Many ghost puns as possible.
No.
Nice.
No wonder it was immediately handed to you.
Oh, I know.
I had a feeling.
What was your favorite one you made tonight?
Oh, I mean, everything about peeking made me real happy.
Yeah, that was fun!
The puppy geist was also pretty lovely.
Puppy guys.
I don't remember what made you groan, but it made me feel good.
I need to start keeping a record. It'll probably be a gift, and Elba might have one.
No, we should film this.
I am Rick.
I'm gonna check the phone and find out what the heck Dom has been doing.
Oh yeah.
That's the first thing I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Hey, I am Rick Budd. You can find me on Twitter at rbud913, or you can follow the show at Tempting Fate RPG. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. is Legacy, right here on Saving Throw, Stephen Pope Show. It's great. Check it out.
Sitting here.
And we will be back next week with Ghostbusters Part 2, picking up on that cliffhanger, with Sam DeLev.
That's me.
Max
hi.
Isaacson. Not dead Gina.
Not me.
But we will have Katrina Dennis, our good friend who has been here before. Havana Mahoney of Saving Throw will be dropping in, and Rich Molina, a good friend of mine who, I have had the pleasure of sitting in. He's a game designer. He's a great DM in his own right, and he will be a lot of fun in this game. We'll be picking up right where we left off. Hope to see you next week. Thank you for tempting fate with us. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you so much.